Yo, 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 what's going on out the fight world? It's your boy Money back with another one, and we talking boxing. Y'all know your boy be on and off and on and off and on. But we in here today, and we gonna talk a little boxing. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. This live right here is expired by my brother Just Do Boxing. He inspired me to do a live stream. Shouts out to my brother Just Do, one of the realest doing it. You feel me? Just Do, one of the realest doing it. One of the most unbiased opinions out there. Somebody that's for the boxers. You feel me? Somebody that's for the boxers in each and every way. So you got to give respect and pay homage to people that's really like that, bro. Like I can really get behind that. And you can go listen to Just Do Talk Boxing, and it be so unbiased. You know what I mean? It be so unbiased, and you got to respect that when it comes from somebody that's keeping it real, keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? You gotta respect that from somebody that's keeping it trill and keeping it real. Y'all smash that like my four people, four for the hood. You feel me? Y'all know we ain't gonna have no crowd up in this bitch. So we should get started with this ish. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give it a little more time. See if we can get about 15 to 16. Yeah, it is. That's my limit now, y'all. 15 to 16. That's what happened to Money B. That's what happened to Money B. Especially when YouTube take your channel. You feel me? When YouTube take your channel and demonetize you, then you got to fight to get your ish back. That's what happened, bro. They downplay you, so everybody else started downplaying you. But don't tell me you're sorry, cause you're not. But we gonna talk, y'all. We gonna talk. Canelo, Terence Crawford has become box office now. Canelo versus Terence Crawford has become box office. You feel me? Jigglypuff Tough, what's going down? At first, Canelo was cherry picking Terence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? It went from Canelo cherry picking Terence Crawford to Terence Crawford go knock Canelo out. It went from cherry picking Crawford to now getting knocked out by Crawford. No doubt, Jiggly. I'm doing all right, my brother. I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. Put the charge in. Tank and Shakur is the only thing that matter at 135, y'all. That's the only fight Cash should be talking about at 135. Javante Tank Davis versus Shakur Stevenson. And is Devin and Ryan Garcia still a fire fight after Ryan Garcia took his loss to Rolly Romero? Because a lot of people now they saying that saying in unseen boxing was going down, my brother. Thank you for jumping in, bro. Appreciate you for coming through, being a real and rocking out with Money B. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't rock out with Money B no more nowadays. A lot of people don't rock out with your boy no more nowadays. Saying and unseen, you hear me? But we gonna keep it moving, keep it rolling like a roller coaster. You know what I'm saying? We bring that big Earl Spence interview, they gonna be all the way back. All the way back. You know what I mean? I'm all the way up. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. But yeah, is Devin and Ryan Garcia still a firefight? Right? Canelo Terence Crawford become box office. Right? Tank versus Shakur is the only thing at 135. Come on now, y'all. Y'all know them topics on fire. Fire, 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 fire. You know what I mean? Y'all smash that like for me, man. We got 10 in the building. We go drop back down to probably 3 people in a minute. You know what I'm saying? We got 10 in the building, but it's gonna drop back down to like 3 people in a minute. That's right, saying and not saying, my brother. That's right. That's right, bro. On the grind back to the top. On the grind back to the top, saying and not saying. You heard me? You know what I'm saying? Nobody said it was gonna be pretty, my brother. But nonetheless, y'all smash the like button, yo. Smash the like for your boy. Smash the like for your boy. Smash the like for your boy. Man, I've been checking out a few shows, man. I watched Hell on Wheels again. Um, I'm watching Mobland. Um, I've been on my show tip, bro. You know, I'm a big medieval fan, man. A big medieval fan. So I think I watched like every medieval movie or every medieval show that's very popular or that's kind of popular. I watched it all, bro. I still got Canelo winning over Crawford, not putting much on the skill performance since the skull performance since Skull then drank a Red Bull and flew around the ring like a fairy, not willing to engage. Yeah, I still got Canelo winning too. Yeah, I mean, I still got Canelo winning too. But I do kind of understand what people were saying about how Canelo was looking in that ring. You know what I mean? I feel like even though Skull was moving, even though he was moving, I still was expecting a little more offense out of Canelo, still in all. You know what I'm saying? Still in all, through and through. I was expecting a little bit more offense up out of my dude. I ain't gonna fake it. I can't sit up here and lie to you. But nonetheless, that performance made people and got people saying Terence Crawford go defeat Canelo. That performance, beautiful love in the building. Cassandra, what's going on, Queen? Yeah, Cassandra, I done slid on up in this thing like baggage claim. You hear me? I done slid on up in her, Queen, finna do a live stream about to talk this talk. Then we gotta come back and claim my spot, Cassandra, because these niggas think I'm dead around this bill. They think I'm dead around this bill. You know, cats out here talking about they running boxing, cats talking about they the best at this, they the best at that. When they ain't the best at doing shit. Niggas ain't the best at doing nothing but nut cuffing. That's about it. Good to see you too, love. How you doing? How you feeling, Cassandra? How you feeling, love? You like y'all draft? You like what y'all did in the draft? 'Cause I'm liking what we did in the draft. Yeah, I'm digging what we did in the draft. But I'm about to come out with another channel, Cassandra, just talking about real life shit. Just real life street shit. And then just put sports in there every now and then, touching on all type of sports. You know what I mean, touching on all type of sports, and let them have boxing. I gotta let them have boxing, love, because they got the game, and they on top, and they run the game of boxing, and everybody is this and everybody is that. But yeah, man. I was impressed by Jaime Miguel fight and him actually being defensively responsible. Yeah, Jaime did his thing. I respect Jaime. I'm gonna start off by saying this though about the fights, right? The fights was lackluster, right? The fights was lackluster. I will admit that. You know what I'm saying? I will admit the fight was lackluster from, the Turkey cards, then the Canelo card. You know what I mean? But I will say this. Ryan and Devin, I kind of feel like got like a little excuse, in my opinion, for being out the ring for X amount of time, shit like that. Um, Canelo got a dance partner now with Terence Crawford, right? And I feel like that fight gonna be fire. I do feel like Crawford gonna have some success in the fight, but I tell people, if you banking off Canelo off of that one fight and thinking that, oh, Crawford just fit to outskill him and outpoint him and this, that, and the third, good luck to you. You know what I'm saying? Good luck to you. Yeah, Nui fight was fire. I respect and Nui always gonna bring it. And Nui always gonna bring it. So I didn't expect nothing less from Nui. T.O. getting on my damn nerves. T.O. getting on my nerves with this race shit. And he know what he doing. Right? He know what he doing. Child Queen, what's going on, love? How you feeling? Yeah, T.O. race baiting a lot, and like I say, I don't give a damn what nobody say. Him and his daddy, they feel that way for real. Like you ain't go, you can't convince me no other way. On the simple fact of that nigga, like he know, like he said nigger, then gonna try to say he said liquor. He said nigger, then gonna try to say that he said liquor. Like, boy, who the fuck you think you playing with? I'm good, love. I'm good. I can't complain. About to talk a little boxing. You know what I mean? About to talk a little boxing. I got to get back to live streaming and dropping these videos. Like I say, life been whipping my ass lately. And YouTube, I don't even want to talk about YouTube, how they been treating a nigga. They just treat you like a broke back motherfucking Hebrew slave that we are. And yes, I did say we are the real Hebrew slaves, because we are. Yes, we are. The Jews that the Bible talk about. I was glad to see Segar talk check. T.O.'s corny ass. I ain't see that. I ain't see him checking. But yeah, T.O. know what he be doing, bro. Like he'll try to do that shit, then we get in front of somebody. Oh, I'm only doing that for a promotion, my guy. Just man, you know what the hell you doing. Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. Like ain't nobody trying to hear none of that shit. He's delusional. Teofimo Lopez is one of them delusional ass boxers. Skillful as fuck, talented as fuck. But he got real jealousy in his heart. And it's towards the black fighters. That I picked up on. He has real jealousy in his heart, and it's towards the black fighters. And nobody can tell me different. Nobody. Because if that was something to promote a fight, you would have did that for that fight, and it would have been left there. He been doing this shit since the beginning. Yeah, Cassandra, he been doing this shit since the beginning. Since the beginning. Way before Floyd blocked this fight, when he was fighting with who? Triller, if I'm not mistaken. When they were trying to do the Triller shit. Rita! And Floyd blocked this shit. So his color's been showing. Him and his daddy. Him and his daddy. So yeah, I know what type of motherfuckers they is. Yeah, they can't fool me. They ain't putting no wool over my eyes. Ain't none of that word shit. But he want to steal everything that certain people do, but then want to act like something else. Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. And his sisters, girlfriends, cousins, whoever they is, they gonna run into the right people that's gonna drag their ass up and down somewhere. Know what I mean? Because I can tell they can't fight. They can't fight at all. When you sitting trying to argue with men all day, like you just tough. You know what I'm saying? When you sit and get in man faces and try to go back and forth with men all day, hoping somebody put their hands on you, because all y'all that's gonna do is scream and cry for the police or kick and all that shit. If one of them mans do put their damn hands on your ass, when a real female snatch your motherfucking ass by your hair and drag and dog walk your ass, all y'all ass gonna do is scream and cry. That's about it. Scream and cry. Like they go get what's coming to them. And it's gonna be Crawford sisters that's gonna snatch their ass up. So they gonna run to their match. They really is. They did it with Devin Haney, getting all up in his face. Then they did it with Terence Crawford. Like, okay, keep playing with people. And they're gonna run across that wrong person. That's gonna be a dude that's not gonna give a damn. He ain't gonna give two fucks about going to jail and go push their goddamn teeth through their gums. And I'm not condoning that, because I don't condone no man hitting on no women. But if you send your ass in front of man faces being disrespectful and how shit is nowadays, yeah. You know what I'm saying? How shit is nowadays, they better watch it. They better watch it. For real. They better watch it. I just change it down. What do y'all think about the Yard and Callum fight being set up and Benavidez being injured and not able to fight till late this year, but still script live on pushing the mandatory? Canelo's going to kill Crawford. Like, why push the mandatory when you can't even fight? Jack Quinn said T.O. wife cheated on him with a black man. That's why. Yeah, I remember that. Nigga was ready to commit suicide. Jack Quinn, you hear me? Ready to commit suicide. Ready to commit suicide. I damn sure remember that one. For real. And that's why he despised him too. Talking about the black man pipes and shit. Like, man, what the fuck is wrong with you, bro? That nigga fantasizing about black man pipes. That nigga T.O. fantasized about black man pipes. And shout out to my brother Low Nose Box. I know he a big fan of Teofimo Lopez. Like I said, I respect his fighting skills. I respect his ability, what he can do inside that ring. I respect what he did inside the ring. You know what I'm saying? When he went and beat Loma, uh, what's my dude's name? The African. You know what I'm saying? He beat him. The little run he had at 35. He had a nice little run at 35 until he ran into George Kambosos, who cracked his motherfucking ass. You feel me? He cracked his ass. Sent his ass to 140. Yeah. So, like, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I didn't give Ryan no pass on when Ryan was talking that shit, but I said it was the alcohol with Ryan Garcia. If he feel that way or not, right? Ryan don't carry on like T.O. Ryan don't carry on like T.O. Like T.O. make this shit a part of everything he's doing. Everything he's doing. He want to be in competition with Black Man. Then he want to try to bring in other people to try to confirm that shit. Like, man, get the fuck on somewhere, bro. Like, seriously, get the fuck out of here somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, that shit ain't cool with me. That ain't promote no fights. That ain't fucking publicity or none of that shit. Cause you're getting the wrong publicity. And they don't, cause you know what I'm saying? You know how they say, oh, whether people like you or they hate you, they still go watch you fight, whether they want to see you win, whether they want to see you lose. You ain't gathering no fan base of people want to see you lose. You're not making people say, oh man, I don't like T.O. because of the boxing and this, that, and the third. Nah, people just genuinely not liking your motherfucking ass. When people genuinely don't like you, don't give a fuck about you, they're not gonna watch you, brother. If that's what you think you're doing, if that's the move you think you're making, or you know what I'm saying, the attention you think you're attracting, nah, brother, people not gonna watch you. They gonna say T.O. fight, oh fuck him. I don't want to watch that shit. Call me when the next fight on. You know what I mean? Call me when the next fight on. Even with the shit, or if ESPNs want their black fighters, they can have them. Like, oh, just little slick shit that he be saying all the time. Then when Crawford pushed up on his ass, he ain't had shit to say for real. I ain't have nothing to say. You know what I mean? So with that being said, fuck you, Teofimo Lopez. Fuck you, Teofimo Lopez. And fuck you, Teofimo Lopez. That's how I feel. I'm gonna get my brother Low Nose Boxing on here. I'm gonna get his, what he think about what T.O. doing, talking about nigger and all that shit. Like, where that nigger at? Where that nigger at? You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Get the fuck out of here somewhere with that corny ass shit. Like, get the fuck on somewhere. Like, all the way the fuck on. You feel me? Like, all the way the fuck on. With that sucker shit. That's exactly what it is, sucker shit. And I pray, I swear, my right hand on the Bible, right? Nail me to the cross, nail Jesus' ass to the cross again. I wish that he get the Jerron Boost in his fight. I pray to God that some way, somehow, some shape, form, or fashion, Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez situation happen to where they make Teofimo Lopez and Jerron Boost Ennis, so Jerron Boost Ennis can beat the T.O. off his motherfucking ass. That motherfucking name just gonna be Fimo when he gonna be Fima. That's what his name gonna be. Feminine ass Negro when once Boots finished with his ass. He ain't got shit coming with no Jerron Boots Ennis. He ain't got shit coming with no Terence Bud Crawford. I'm praying to God that they put the bag up that make Boots say, I'll fight him. That make Boots say, I'll fight Teofimo. Look small coming from 135 ass. Who want to fight me at 147. Where my career might end at 160 or 168. I'm faster, bigger, stronger, more skillful. Right? Way fresher. You feel me? I pray to God they make that fight happen. Boy, he gonna beat the motherfucking boy. Quit playing. I pray they make it happen. That's gonna be one I enjoyed from the beginning to the end. From the beginning to the end. You know what I mean? From the beginning to the end. and he ain't gonna last 12 rounds. Teofimo Lopez ain't gonna last 12 rounds with Jerron Boots Ennis. Better be happy if he make it past 6 or 7. Got some skills on him, can fight. Power ain't gonna do shit to Boots. You know what I mean? Nothing at all. He ain't gonna be aggressive. Not at all. He's gonna go backwards. And he's gonna cry. I'm just a kid. I'm just a kid. Yeah. Grown ass man's why he's just a kid. Yeah, T really pissed me off. He really did. Or at least say I ain't never want to whoop a man so badly. I ain't never want to see a man get whooped so badly. Never. I want to see Boots beat the brakes off his motherfucking ass. And he will do so if they make that fight happen. He will do so. But let me start on this fight, y'all. Ryan versus Devin. Ryan took his loss to Rolly Romero, and I don't think it because Ryan couldn't take no PEDs or he couldn't take no whatever, no Osterine, whatever he had in his goddamn. I don't think it was that, right? I think it was this with the Ryan situation, and that's why I really don't like when you make a fight before you finish a fight. I think Ryan Garcia was looking too ahead to the Devin Haney fight. I do think it was pressure on Ryan Garcia, right? I do think Ryan he ain't the toughest mentally person in boxing. You feel me? Mentally, he's not that tough. We all see the breakdowns he be having and shit like that. So he's not mentally tough like that. So I think with the pressure to get past Rolly to get to Devin, then Turkey is he's like a fucking a brute. You know what I'm saying? As running the shit that he got going on. He want everything his way, how he want it, this way, that way. So he in the boxer's face and shit like that. He putting the pressure on them. You got to win because this got to take place. So that type of shit do put pressure on these dudes to go out there and try to perform. And then the shit that happened in New York, right, without a crowd, like it's COVID or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have the pick me up. You don't have the vibe, the energy, the noise, all the things that these boxers are used to. You know what I mean? To get their juices flowing inside the fight. You know what I'm saying? So when you doing some shit and you landing a punch, or you do land a punch and you don't hear a ooh or ah, no noise, no none of that shit, you know, you're not, and there's no excuses because like I say, Turkey make the fights, it's on them to get their ass in there and fight. You still gotta fight. You know, but being out the ring for so long, getting back in there, little ring rust, the pressure on your ass to make this fight happen, it can play a part. You know what I'm saying? It can play a part. So with Ryan Garcia, I don't know if him and Devin will go, you know, right back to the rematch after what just happened, because how people, you know, perceive shit. But we know if this was back in the days, the rematch would be going down. If it was back in the day, just because you took a loss, you know what I mean? And it ain't like Rolly went out there and beat the fuck out of Ryan, like just totally demolished him, beat him bloody to a poke to where it's like, goddamn, Ryan, shit, you can't perform. You know what I mean? It's more on Ryan not going out there letting his hands go as well. With the exception of what Rolly was doing, I don't want to take nothing away from Rolly. Shouts out to him. He got the W when a lot of people did write him off. I gave him a chance, but I did think Ryan was going to win the fight. You know what I mean? But I knew the history they had with the sparring session, you know, with Rolly being mentally tough, because Rolly is mentally tough. Rolly is one of them retarded, hard-hitting ass, retarded strength having ass motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? To where like you really got to beat his ass for him to say, okay, this motherfucker got me. Other than that, Rolly is mentally tough, bro. I'm gonna talk about that Yanni Crawford. Yeah, I see it. I see it. The Viva La Mexico shit he's saying. Yeah. But Rolly is mentally tough. I respect Rolly in that aspect of everybody counting him out, having nothing to lose. So you like, fuck it, let me go and get in the ring, do what I gotta do. I ain't got nothing to lose. They want him and Devin. So let me try to go on her and upset the apple cart. If not upset the apple cart, at least put some hurt on his motherfucking ass and let him know that, you know, you just want to know with no slouch. You feel me? So with the situation that's going on now, I don't think Turkey and them is looking to make Rolly versus Devin, which I won't be mad at that fight. If they make Rolly versus Devin, I won't be mad at that fight at all, bro. That's actually a good scrap. It really is. And I think Rolly deserve it. I do. I think Rolly deserve it. You know what I mean? But the thing is, promoting a fight and what they already had set for the fight. You know what I mean? They had Ryan and Devin too going down. They know Ryan got a real good fan base. They know the situation with Ryan and Devin with all the, the allegations and shit like that. So it had a backstory to it. It had a backdrop to where you can go ahead and push that fight and promote it and get you some bread off of it. You know what I'm saying? But now that it's Rolly, you'll have to find a new way to market it, promote it, and hopefully that the fans get behind it. Especially with the performance that Devin had, that a lot of people felt that was lackluster. He didn't do himself no favors at all, neither. You know what I mean? But like I say, to his knowledge, and again, no doubt, Jigglypuff. To Ryan, to Devin, damn, I can't even say the word I'm looking for. But being out the ring for as long as he's been out the ring, healing up from what Ryan did to his ass inside the ring, and then getting into the ring with somebody like Jose Ramirez, who's a come forward fighter that can, got some pop on them. I'm not mad. I'm not too mad at Devin's performance because Devin understands that if I don't get past this fight, I don't get to the bad, right? If I don't get past Ramirez, I don't get to Ryan Garcia, which I look at Devin Haney and say he's not a knockout artist. Once again, I'm not looking for Devin to give me no knockouts. No, I'm not. I'm not. I know what fighters that are knockout artists. I know what fighters to look for to give me knockouts. I know what fighters to look for that's going to give me a clean skill bout. And what I was looking from Devin was a clean skill bout. Him going out there, outpointing Ramirez, showing that he's on a different level. And he kind of did that for me. You feel me? He kind of did that for me. That's my thing, be with certain boxing fans and certain boxing content creators and shit like that. Like, I don't give a damn what a fighter say. I'm going to go in there, I'm going to knock his ass out. We know if you're a knockout artist or not. You know what I'm saying? If anybody picked Devin for a knockout over Jose Ramirez, it just shows where your mentality was at. It really do. It shows where your mentality is at and what you know about the sport of boxing. No disrespect to nobody. No disrespect to nobody. But if you thought Devin Haney was going to knock out Jose Ramirez, it just shows me, you know what I mean? Just my opinion. But I kind of get Devin a little pass. You know what I'm saying? Because his job was to get past Ramirez, don't get caught up, get back in the winning circle. Even if you say, I got my O, I still got my O, right? Get back in the winning circle because we know you took a bad loss. Yes, you took a bad loss to Ryan Garcia. You feel me? And you gotta get right. You gotta get right mentally. You have to get right mentally. No telling what's going down. Ryan looked awful without his roars. I don't think that was the case. Devin is a great boxer. He no power hitter, hit, move, use his legs. He's not an action-packed fighter. Bill crazy though. Devin needed a little more heart. He's soft. Eduardo, the only one saved boxing, May 5th in Nui, the Japanese monster. I'm not gonna say he saved boxing. Like, listen, man. Listen. Because those fights went the way they went on Saturday and Friday, that didn't kill no fucking boxing, bro. Let's get that overstood. You understand what I'm saying? Let's get it overstood, bro. Just because them fights went how they went on Friday and Saturday, that didn't kill boxing. I don't like the follow the leader type shit. Like, seriously. You know what I mean? One person said, oh, man, they killing boxing, man. They just killed boxing. You know, those fights, man, that didn't kill no goddamn boxing. You feel me? We just seen shit like that happen before. We just seen worse shit than happened before. You know what I mean? So it's like, let's stop acting like we never seen certain shit before. Like, seriously. Let's stop acting like shit be brand new. Oh, wow, man, look. They got in there and they just boxed and they didn't do this and they didn't do that. And this is sad. Now, what was new is Turkey doing that weird shit that not allow no fans in the goddamn, area to watch the fight. Now, there was some shit that I say was some brand new dumbass shit. But okay, the fights didn't live up to the hype this week. Well, last week. Didn't kill fucking boxing. You know what I mean? Because we're going to have fights that come behind that. That's going to be fire fights. The people that was in the fights on Friday and Saturday go come behind that and be in some fire fights. So I'm not going to just, oh man, this is bad and boxing is dead and the new he saved boxing. It knew he saved the weekend, I give you that. If you want to say that, it knew he saved my weekend, bro, because that week wasn't hitting on shit. I can respect that. I can respect that aspect of it. You feel me? That week wasn't hitting on shit, and the new he came and saved my weekend, bro. I can respect that aspect. But to say, oh man, they killing boxing, nah. I ain't going that far. I ain't going that far. Yeah, I said I ain't going that far. But nonetheless, y'all, I believe Devin and Ryan still can sell. I believe Devin and Ryan still can sell. You hear me? All you gotta do is take a chance. All you gotta do is take a chance. I believe it still can sell. Jackson, I believe they need that rematch regardless. One thing you don't have to squat. One thing don't have squat to do with the other. I accept that, Queen. I feel the same way, love. I really do. I really feel the same way. I believe that fight still can sell. You have to take a chance. That's it. Take a chance. Promote it. You feel me? Promote it. Um, don't let Ryan go fucking berserk and go crazy and go on a fucking drinking binge. You feel me? Because we know that can happen. I don't want that to happen for the young man, but we know it can happen. You know what I mean? Promote it. If I was there, make it happen. I don't give a fuck because he coming off a loss. It went to me. He ain't on my fucking resume. You know what I mean? He ain't on my resume. So guess what? If that's what it's gonna take to get his ass back in the ring, you know, to keep him focused, so he don't go fuck up and exactly, Jab Queen. Right. Get his ass right back in the ring. Get his ass right back in the gym. Help him stay focused. You can be saving his life. You can be saving his life, but still make the fight. Still make the fight happen. You know what I mean? Because when you look at it, Ryan fan base still gonna be there. He still got his fan base. They crying with him. You know what I'm saying? They crying with him. They holding his hand. It's gonna be okay, King Ryan. It's okay. We got your back. We gonna hold you high. You know what I'm saying? I really feel that way, Jab Queen. That would prevent him from a mental breakdown too. Keep that ass occupied. I really feel that way. I swear I do. I swear I do. Right? I swear I do. And then let's see if he can right his wrong. Like I say, how long has it been since both of them been out the ring since they last fight? Because both of them been out the ring since they last fight. Let me see. When did they last fight? April 20th, 2024. They fought April 20th, 2024. They was out the ring for a whole year. 4/20/24. They was out the ring for a whole year. You know what I mean? They was out the ring for an entire fucking year. An entire year. You gonna have a little ring rust. Yeah, amount of time Ryan was suspended. Not sure why Devin ass was out that long. Cause he was healing up, getting his mental together. You gotta understand, Queen. Even though they were saying that, oh man, Ryan Garcia cheated and this, that, and the third, it don't take away from that ass whooping. It don't take away from the punishment that he took. And then on top of that, you got Bill trying to sue Ryan. So instead of them staying focused in the gym and shit like that, Bill working his magic to get the loss taken off his record, and at the same time trying to sue him. Then Devin healing mentally, you might physically and mentally, because even though you got the L took off, we can't unsee what happened in that ring. You can't undo the punches that you was taking. You know what I mean? And the pain that you took. You can't undo that shit. You feel me? If that's the case, I rewind life all the way back to motherfucking April 2002. You feel me? August 17th. And let's go back to motherfucking 12 o'clock a.m. Well, 12 o'clock p.m. And I do a whole lot of shit different. But you can't undo it. So you still going through that shit mentally. You got to get over it because people still talking. You got half of the world saying, oh man, he whooped your ass. You just a crybaby, da this. You got the other half saying, he's a motherfucking cheater. He took this. He cheated Devin, blah, blah, that, you know. So at the end of the day, you know, he's healing up, which I respect it. That's why I say I don't mind the fight that Devin put down. I don't mind that fight. Like, I really don't. I really want expecting, you know, a major performance from Devin. I actually was expecting that type of performance, to be honest with you. I was kind of expecting that type of performance. You know what I mean? I really was. I was expecting that type of performance because I knew Devin wasn't going in there to be aggressive. I knew he wasn't going in there to be aggressive. I knew he was going in there to win the fight, to get to the Ryan Garcia fight, get back in the gym, get back in the ring, get that victory, get yourself right mentally, and prepare for the motherfucker who you feel cheated you. So that's how I looked at that. Like, I ain't look at that as I'm going to her to dominate and show motherfuckers. No, get back in the win column. Be smart. Don't take no punishment either. Be careful not to get your ass cracked and whacked around the ring. Lord forbid. You know what I mean? And that your psyche is really gonna play on your psyche. Like, damn, Ryan cracked me. We talking about it was Osterine, but now this motherfucker just cracked me. Something got to be wrong with the chinny chin chin. Sweet chin music around that bitch. If the rematch get delayed, what's next for Haney? You never know, man. That's a fact, Queen, because he been rocking on that motherfucker plenty of times. And I made that point too. Because Loma touched that motherfucker. Linares touched that motherfucker. George Cambosa, I ain't gonna say he touched it, but he hit him. We know Ryan touched it. You know? So we're saying that Devin Chin is suspect. You know what I mean? It's suspect. A lot of people like to say you got a chin because you listen. Let me make this phrase too, right? Because people say this about fighters once they get dropped and get back up. He got a chin on him because to have a bird mean you get your ass cracked and you take it. You know what I'm saying? To get dropped and get back up mean you got heart. You know what I mean? You got heart. But to get your ass cracked on your chin and hit that canvas, like my dude Greg Hatcher say, is your chin insured? Call 1-800. I need a chin around this motherfucker. Straight up. 1-800. I need a chin. We have all type. Granite, iron, bronze. You feel me? You need a chin. You need to get that motherfucker insured, my boy. Because if you hit that canvas, pretty sooner one of these times you ain't gonna get up. You know what I'm saying? One of these times you not gonna get up. So yeah, you ain't got no chin because you getting your ass up off the canvas. You getting your ass up off the canvas because you got some heart. And you wouldn't have died that motherfucker about your respect. And I can respect that, you know what I mean, to an extent. I mean, because if motherfucker just whooping your ass and you going down, you might want to stay your ass down. Seriously. Before you find yourself in the hospital with brain damage or some shit. Somebody with a boxing pedigree and not a brawler pedigree. That's what I say. He in between the rock and the hard place. He ain't ready for them big boys at 147. He's not. And I suspect he way too damn big for 140. He's not. He has weak legs. They should be working on his leg strength. They're going to search for a out perfectly fit for Devin. Like I say, if it's no Ryan, I'll go out the rolling. I'm going to keep it real. If it's no Ryan, I'll go out the rolling. I feel like that's a perfect fight for him. I feel like by Rolly beating Ryan, you can eliminate that you can eliminate Rolly right there, right? If Ryan out, because I don't think Ryan's gonna get Rolly a rematch. I'm gonna be real. I don't think that's gonna take place. So if Ryan is out, go ahead and get Rolly out the way. That way, like I said, if Ryan don't go on no motherfucking bench or one of these word ass episodes that he be having, right? He can come back and y'all can get it on. He can get in the ring with somebody, get him a W, and then y'all can go into the rematch. Hopefully. You know what I mean? Hopefully. But, I'll go out there Rolly if I'm Devin. If I can't get the Ryan rematch, if it ain't going to happen right away. And that's why I don't like the fact that Devin and Bill was, they putting that out there. Oh, man, he on this, he on that. Because they going to feel how they feel. Let me not say, I can't tell nobody how to feel. Right? You get your ass whooped in the ring, you look for any type of excuse to get past and shit of that nature, right? And Bill been making that the whole fucking press conference since they was going. Yeah, Dirk James, why you not saying nothing? This and that because is he on this? Why you didn't train him? This, and that, and this, and all that shit. It ain't gonna take away from the ass whooping, Bill. You can do all that you want to. Y'all can say this, say that. It ain't gonna take away from that ass whooping, brother. Devin still got his ass whooped by Ryan Garcia, regardless who Ryan Garcia lost to. I mean, regardless who he lost to, Devin still took a boot up the ass. And that's just the fact of the matter. So, y'all want y'all get back. That's what y'all want. Y'all want to have that Miguel Cotto, Antonio Margarito moment to where you go out there and you beat them and you just staring at them. That's how you get your get back. That's how you get your get back. Not no motherfucking, oh man, Rolly beat him. So look, that's the reason why he beat me because he lost to Rolly and he didn't throw enough punches and he looked lackluster and this, that. You looked at lackluster, my boy. You just got the W. Like I say, both of y'all was out the ring for a year. You know what I mean? I said you got turkey horn nose, broke back ass out there, putting pressure on you, motherfucker. They just keep it calling for what it is. I respect Turkey for what he's trying to do for the sport of boxing. You know what I'm saying? I do respect him for that. You're trying to put together the best of the big fights for motherfuckers. But, when you going out there and you at every goddamn fight, you just ain't at the fight. You going to the corner talking about throw more punches. Man, if you don't get the fuck out of my face, I'm going to throw more punches and sit your turban wearing ass down somewhere. Motherfucker, you want to get in here and see what it's like after a year? Motherfucker. Did you feel the power that this retorted motherfucker carry? Hell no. Nah, sir. You know what I'm saying? Throw more punches. Right. With his ring boys, right. Sitting up there on stage acting like he running shit. Like, man, if you don't sit your ass down somewhere, you know what I'm saying? Just power structure. Nah, sir. Just got, man. You know what Turkey is like? Turkey is like fucking Elon Musk on Donald Trump. You feel me? That's what Turkey is like. Like when you know you got the power, when you know you got the money, Turkey is like Elon Musk on Donald Trump. I want what I want is going to happen. We go make it happen together. Ain't no, because usually when shit like this happen, people are behind the scenes making it happen, right? Even if they running through the promoters, you feel me? Okay, Eddie, make this happen, make this happen, make this happen. This what I want. This what I want. Right? This what I want. This what I want. They'll be behind the scenes. He wanted to be front, center, and seen. We know Elon must have Donald Trump get elected, right? Not to get political, but we know he endorsed him, made sure he put $1 billion behind his ass to make sure he get elected. And now I want Greenland. I want to go back to space. I want to go to Mars in motherfucking 2 years, looking ass motherfucker, knowing they finna fuck up the ozone layer, knowing all this shit is go through to the world, but don't nobody give a fuck because these rich white motherfuckers, I ain't mean to say that part, but it is what it is. They go destroy the fucking world anyway. We all know we not gonna be here to see it in our generation. We not go see them destroy this motherfucker, but they go destroy this fucking world and they go fuck it up. Nuclear weapon, breaking the ozone layer, trying to go to Mars, all that stupid silly ass shit that don't have nothing to do with nothing. Motherfucker talking about going to Mars to live. You ain't going to Mars to live on shit. Let me not get into that shit because I'll be elsewhere, y'all. Don't get me started on that goddamn politics shit. But nonetheless, Turkey is like another Elon Musk, man. That's who he like. Another Elon Musk. Got to be seen. It's a power structure. You know what I'm saying? I did this. I did this. I. What they want to do. And then they want to show that I got the power over the people who have the power. You feel me? I have the power over the people who have the power. Even though it's like when you got power, Turkey got power, but it's somebody that got power over him. You understand what I'm saying? It's somebody that got power over him. You know what I mean? And he the real king over in Saudi Arabia. You know what I'm saying? His daddy, I ain't gonna, like I say, but nonetheless. So when you come from under that structure, like goddamn, this how he's running it. So now I'm going to show y'all that I got power over y'all. And that's all it is, the power structure. That's why he's doing all this weird ass shit, like blocking off fucking Madison Square Garden and not letting the fucking fans in, which is so fucking stupid. Like, you did a good thing with the card. Salute to the card. Even though it didn't pan out to the hype, right? Still was a good card for us, the matchups. They just didn't live up to the hype on that night, right? Don't make them bad fighters. Don't make them shitty fighters. They just didn't live up to the hype on that night. You know what I mean? And Turkey tried too goddamn hard. Bringing Ryan Garcia out in the Batmobile, right? When that motherfucker should have been on the scooter with the performance he put on. Roddy should have been in the motherfucking helicopter performance he put on. So, it's just little shit like that. But Turkey was yelling at Ryan to throw punches. Yeah, for real. Seriously. Throw punches like motherfucker and just letting you know who he going for. You hear me, John? Just let him know who he going for, Queen. Seriously. Throw more punches. Like, Wordy over there, what the fuck is that motherfucker saying? Don't you see that I'm beating his fucking ass? He can't throw any fucking punches. Motherfucker, have my check ready, bitch. You know what I mean? Like, you tell a motherfucker throw more punches, like, you fucking up what I got going on. Like, bro, relax. Relax all the way. Calm the fuck down. It's boxing. Even if I don't get into the ring, you can have somebody else that's just as good as me to still make it happen. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, you can't tell these power structure motherfuckers nothing. You feel me? Can't tell them nothing. But nonetheless, take a chance on Ryan and Devin. They can still take a chance on making that fight happen. I feel like it's still a sale. I feel like it will do well. See, that's bullshit. That's bullshit right there, Jab Queen. I don't give a fuck who you is, how much power you have. I'm snatching that turban off your motherfucking head. Some go get broke. Yeah, some go get broke. However much my 5% is, that's what it's gonna come down to. Yeah, you motherfuckers got me fucked all the way up. I fucked up y'all plans. Y'all think y'all not gonna pay me. Y'all think it's gonna be just, oh yeah, just put him in the ring. He should be happy he's on the card. He should, okay, all right. We're gonna be happy, all right, motherfucker. We're gonna be happy. Gabe Moore, what's going down? Exactly. Until I fight, I get paid. I want what's mine. Every penny. Every red penny. Not too much, not too little. But what the fuck I worked my ass off for? That's exactly what I want, partner. Exactly what I want. You feel me? Which is peanuts. Which is peanuts. Matter of fact, it's peanut shells compared to turkey. It ain't even peanuts. It's 5%, whatever the fuck they posted this gay rolling was peanut shells. With the salt sucked off them motherfuckers on the ground, stepped on. Compared to what they supposed to have. You feel me? Peanut shells with the salt sucked off them motherfuckers on the ground, stepped on. That's what the fuck that was. So give me my little motherfucking whatever that's pocket change to you and get the fuck out of my face. I fucked up y'all plans. Y'all mad at me? Oh well, bitch. Live with it. But I'm getting my money. That's for damn sure. I am getting my money. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see how they what they do and how they do it, because like I say, nowadays, boxing fans, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Like, we got too many sports and shit like that. Hold on, y'all. Enough. I gotta be careful now. Oh, I'm playing you like a chef, huh? Like you ain't got no strength, huh, nephew? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. One second, y'all. Take some medicine. Brave. That's right. Not just brave. The 6 thing. Soldier. I can't call off. Any money yet? Not yet, nephew, but I got you. Fine. Appreciate you. Turn off the light. No, sir. I'm live. My nephew, I owe that nigga $20. You hear me? That little nigga don't play. He want that pay. He say, you going live? They gonna give you some donations? You gonna have my money? I say, damn, nigga. Let me try. We gonna see. But right, I'll push all that shit over too, Jack Queen. Cassandra, what's your laughing at, Cassandra? Too many unanswered questions for Devin and Ryan for them not to rematch. But nonetheless, right? I'll put that shit together, put it on, and see what transpired. You know what I'm saying? See what transpired with it. Now I want to talk about this, y'all. Tank and Shakur is the only fight at 135 to me that matters, right? Shakur Stevenson, a lot of antics, not gonna lie. A lot of people don't like some of the shit he does. A lot of people don't like what he do in the ring. You don't have to like Shakur Stevenson, right? I'm not trying to get Shakur no more fans than what the fuck he got. I'm not trying to make people like Shakur. All I'm saying is, when I heard people disrespecting like he can't fight, that's what I have a problem with. You know what I mean? That's my grief. You feel me? Like, I got Tank knocking Shakur out. Before a lot of these niggas got the jumping on Tank bandwagon, before a lot of these niggas acting like they just the biggest Javante Tank Davis fans, this, that, and all that shit, because niggas weren't doing this shit at first. Like, let's be realistic out in these streets. You feel me? You know, I done been here, I done seen it all, done it all, watched it all. You feel me? So it's like, a lot of cats weren't streaming this shit at first. A lot of cats want shitting on Shakur Stevenson like this at first. If this was your feelings from the beginning, A-okay, I'm all right with it. If you were saying, man, look, Shakur ain't this, Shakur ain't that, Shakur ain't this in the beginning, I'm okay with it. But if your tone only changed because you started nut grabbing and nut hugging, and because a certain fighter dislike another fighter, and that's your grief for disliking that fighter, then miss me with the bullshit, man. You know what I'm saying? Miss me with the bullshit, and that ain't gonna fly with me. That shit ain't gonna fly with me. That's a no-fly zone this away. Sorry, 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 not sorry. You know what I mean? Like sorry, sorry, not sorry. Because to make as if that fight, not credit. Of course, Tank gonna make way more than Shakur Stevenson in that fight. That's for damn sure. Whenever that fight take place, how it take place, where it take place, as long as Tank's still undefeated and has the fan base that he has, right? Of course, you gonna get the lion's share. He gonna get that. But Shakur should make some good money as well. He should make some good money as well. Now, I don't get into the money aspect or the negotiation aspect until they allow us to, right? And when I mean allow us to, meaning, okay, they sit at the table. What was the offer? If the offer was fair, if we feel like it was fair that Shakur Steve should have took that offer, then Shakur, you on some bullshit. You feel me? That's when you on some bullshit, brother. If that offer was a great offer and was a fair offer, right? Because us as people not stupid. A lot of us know how to do math. A lot of us know percentages. A lot of us know what you made. A lot of us know this. Now, I'm not saying we can tell you what you deserve. That's why I tell people I never tell somebody what they deserve in their profession. That's their job. That's what they do. But if y'all sitting at the table negotiating, and now us the fans are in oh shit, this fight finna take place. This what's finna happen. It's going down. If it was a fair offer, and we see that offer, and that motherfucker say X, Y, and Z, and my man's over here did what he had to do to make that shit happen, then you get on his ass. But vice versa. If it's a fuck you offer, take it or leave it, motherfucker. Otherwise, that then it's like, oh nah, come on now, bro. That's bullshit. That's pure bullshit. You know what I mean? Get a man a little bit more. Get a man, you know what I'm saying, some shit where he can feed his family, where it's deserving and it's fair, you know, and let's make it happen. But just because you dislike somebody, just because you feel like this and that, you can't just fuck a nigga all the way over. You know what I mean? You can't just no grease a motherfucker. I'm just going there and dry, no grease, nigga. Take it or leave it. That Devin, I mean that Bill Haney and Devin Haney 20% shit, 25% stupid shit like that, right? I'm not saying Tank 25% is the same as Devin them 25% because we know that 25 with Devin and Bill ain't the same 25 as Devontae Tank Davis. We know that for a fact. So I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying the shit that they try to pull, knowing they wouldn't go fight that man in the first place, you know. But if it's a fair offer both ways, make it happen. But I feel like at 135, Tank is number one, Shakur is number two. It ain't no in betweens. It ain't no in betweens. Whether you don't like Shakur, you don't like his fight style, you don't like what he brings to the table, you don't like this, that, and the third, it is what it is. You know what I mean? What that man can do inside that ring, his skill set that he possesses, he's still a bad motherfucker, going backwards, moving. And if Tank was to push Shakur Stevenson on his resume, it'll be the biggest win on his resume. That'll be the biggest win on his resume over Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia, money wise, is a big name. Money wise, accolade wise, skill wise, Shakur Stevens will be the biggest name on his resume. You feel me? Over Frank. Who else I say? Jose, my dude, he fought the wrong fight. That's why Tank knocked it. I think Tank would have knocked his ass off anyway. You know what I mean? Pedraza. Pedraza got some skills though. It's just the fact that Pedraza, you know, he got caught up in a hype, and you thought you could go out there and punch with that young killer, and got your ass punched on. You feel me? But Pedraza got some skills. You know what I mean? And then my man's before Ryan Garcia, he had some little skills, but none of them skill wise, accolade wise, is on Shakur level, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Nobody on Tank resume, skill wise or accolade wise, is better than Shakur Stevenson. You feel me? My opinion. So when I see that shit, it's just like, um, that's the fight that should take place. That's the fight that needs to take place. Some way, somehow. And if Shakur got to get the fuck away from Turkey and them and that for that fight to take place, then it will happen. You know what I'm saying? It'll happen. Keyshawn is funner to watch than Shakur. I mean, we say that because, Keyshawn got a little bit more attitude. People like that Keyshawn come forward in a fight, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think he's more skillful, than Shakur Stevenson. And he damn sure, accolade wise, even though they both silver medalists, but Keyshawn got one title in one division, and Shakur is a 3 division world champion, 2-time unified, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I mean? And I see my boy Low No Boxing made a video up on Teofimo Lopez and him saying that ER word. And I gotta see what Low said because keep it real now, Low. Hey, Jai Queen, I see your video too, Queen. Say T.O. his race. Nigga talking about he said liquor. I'm gonna go check it out as soon as I get done with this live. That nigga said liquor. Nigger and liquor ain't even close, partner. I don't give a fuck how good you try to slip and dip. You ain't roll it. You ain't use no motherfucking Spanish rolls or however, you know what I'm saying? You ain't do none of that shit. Where that nigger at? Where that nigger at? Where that nigger at and where that liquor at is totally 2 different ways, buddy. La and nig they ain't even in the same motherfucking breath with each other. How you get la and nig, la and nig, la and nig? I know it's N-I and L-I, but it don't pronounce the same. It don't come out the mouth the same. Nig, lick, no, sir. No, sir. What that liquor and what that nigger ain't the same, partner. And that's the shit that I'm talking about. That's the shit that I'm talking about. Now you want to play on our intelligence like we some stupid boy. This is why I say fuck Teofimo. And I mean that. I don't give a fuck how nobody feel, bro. I don't, bro. I don't. Because it ain't antics now. To this point. Like I say, it's an antic if you tried it in a fight. Maybe 2. Maybe 2. Just trying to be slick with it. And then you be like, you know what? This shit ain't where it's at, brother. Let me apologize and keep it moving. But when you come out and you continue to try to push the envelope, bro, when you continue to be disrespectful towards somebody's culture, right? Because you've been disrespectful to a whole culture. You're not being disrespectful towards no fighters, my nigga. You're not being disrespectful towards no fighters. You're being disrespectful towards a whole culture, bro. You feel me? You've been disrespectful towards a whole culture. And you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. Like I say, this ain't no motherfucking promote. This ain't no promotion. This ain't no publicity stuff. This ain't no, oh, I'm doing this like, we not watching you because you said the word motherfucking nigger. We not watching your little punk ass for that. You feel me? Now I want your wife to get stuffed in every hole by a nigger. Yeah. Yeah. All 3 holes. Yeah. And that your son be raised by a real nigga. Because evidently you on some fuck shit, buddy. And if you want to be on some fuck shit, we can get on some fuck shit too. Now, I don't play the race shit either way. Either way, I ain't gonna let the blacks disrespect the Spanish because I fuck with the Spanish culture heavy. Love the Spanish culture. You got love for the Spanish culture, bro. But you not gonna play with us, buddy. You not gonna play with us like we just some stupid motherfuckers. You not gonna play with us like that, buddy. Hell no, you not gonna play with us, homie. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. Like I said, I picked up on this with Teofimo a long while ago, bro. A long while ago, and I've been on his ass ever since. I've never let up off Teofimo with this race shit because he trying to play these games like, oh, it's just promotion. Nah, bro. Nah, bro. Nah. And then when somebody get on your ass, you want to try to find a way to try to be slick and try to, change that shit in a like, man, you ain't that slick, buddy. You feel me? We come from the motherfucking school of being slick. The school of being slick. And you ain't even half slick. You ain't even half slick. Not even a little bit. For real, Jive Queen. My son is the best out here. They don't like my son. You hear me, Poppy? They don't like my son, Poppy, because my son does this, Poppy, and my son does that. And when my son get into the ring, everybody want to see my son fight. My son, no, your son tried to go ride Canelo coattail and got y'all ass kicked out the camp. Your son can't keep his motherfucking mouth shut through other people's interviews. You feel me? Your son is out here like a motherfucking $2 whore looking for so much attention. That's all he's looking for is attention. Got to be seen. Got to be seen. Willing to do anything to be seen. He's willing to do anything to be seen. Anything. You know what I mean? Can't trust nobody like that, man. For somebody that's willing to do anything to be seen, you can't trust nobody like that, brother. You can't trust nobody like that. You feel me? For real. Because you probably a sucker, a black cock to be on top. Know what I mean? Probably will, bro. He wasn't selling shit, Esco Royalty. He wasn't selling shit. He wasn't selling out a goddamn thing. Let's stop it. Let's stop it. That wasn't promoting what he was doing. Let me stop you right there, buddy. And no disrespect to you. You know what I mean? And sometimes I come off, I talk like this. It don't be like a lot of niggas get in their feelings, they get offended. But I'm not disrespecting you or none of that. But he ain't sell a goddamn thing. He wasn't promoting a goddamn thing. He was being loud and obnoxious. That's it. Other people was having conversations. He's butting in that didn't have shit to do with him. Nothing. Nothing. Ryan and Devin having their conversations. He butting in that conversation. Nothing. Listen, bro, I know when somebody be feeling like, oh shit, am I going too far? And I know when somebody looking for some attention that ain't there for them, bro. TL talking to Boots shit too. He really wants that. I wish that fight happened. Yeah, to me, he was just being loud and obnoxious, bro. I'm sorry. There's no disrespect. Yeah, but I feel like he was just, But to me, bro, he going too far, Esco Royalty. He's going too far, and he has to be checked. He has to be checked. Like my dude, Just Do. Shout out to Just Do. Just Do say he want him to come on his channel so he can have a conversation with him on why is he doing the certain things he's doing. Bro, he know why he doing what he doing, brother. Like I won't even want him to sit in my face and even try to play on my intelligence. You understand what I'm saying? I won't even want him to sit in my face because he been doing this shit for years and years and years, bro. This ain't no, like I said, this ain't no once or twice type thing the way you can talk to him and you know what? You right, bro. Maybe this. No, bro, this how they really feel. This how they really feel. This how they really feel. And it's gonna be hard to convince me otherwise. It's gonna be hard to convince me otherwise. Like seriously, every opportunity he get to try to discredit and you know say some slick shit on the side, he go for it. He go for it, bro. He go for it. You know what I mean? Even like I said, the quote, or if ESPNs want to keep their black fighters, they can keep them. Well, they didn't even have that many fucking black fighters. The black fighter was leaving. You know what I'm saying? Terence Crawford and fucking Shakur Stevenson. Devin Haney on a one fight deal here and there if Bill Haney doing business with them because Devin wasn't really signed to nobody. You know what I mean? Now we all know Bob Earn is known for the Manny Pacquiao's and Miguel Cotto's, the motherfucking whom else Bob had? Brought Tyson Fury over. Said he can't really promote black fighters because he can't get with the culture. You know what I'm saying? So we know Bob Earn Stilo. Now don't get me wrong, he'll get some of them out the motherfucking Olympics and bring them up. But we know Bob Earn Stilo and what he said about certain black fighters he can't promote because he can't get with the culture. So don't try to say if ESPN want to keep their black fighters as if, oh man, ESPN is signing all the black fighters and he's putting the black fighters ahead of me, this, that, and the third, because you was just mad because you couldn't get the money that you was looking for. Right? You couldn't get the money you was looking for because you haven't been on the pay-per-view. And all that talking and all this promoting that they talking about you doing, it ain't translate. It ain't translate if that's what you're supposed to be doing. And if you saying all this shit and it still ain't working, then maybe you need to do something different. Maybe you need to do something different. You feel me? Maybe your ass need to do something totally different. But his shit ain't gonna pop. It ain't gonna pop. And I'm gonna tell you now, he ain't as mentally tough as people try to make it out to be. And if he take another loss, we might see his ass on the drinking bench somewhere. Just being realistic. We might see his ass on the drinking bench. Because he think he like I say, I salute him for what he did at 35. Again, Mr. Just Do for what he came up at 140 did with Josh Taylor, right? But Josh Taylor was, I ain't gonna make no excuse, right? He did what he did with Josh Taylor. But at 147, with a Jerron Boots Ennis with a Terence Crawford, he don't stand a chance. He don't stand a chance. And some telling me that he only just saying that shit, screaming their name because he know he ain't gonna get the fight, right? He know he ain't gonna get the fight, but he just using that because he's saying, who is one of the most dangerous fighters out there that I can go fuck with, that I know I probably ain't gonna fight, but I can act like I want to fight, and I can scream this and scream that, right? And then make it look like, oh man, Tio want for the biggest and the baddest. Yeah, Tio want the biggest and the baddest. You know what I'm saying? Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Get the fuck out of here. Like I said, I hope some shape, form, or fashion, some way, that he can get that Jerron Boots in his fight. Since he acting like he wanted so bad. You know what I mean? Since he wanted so bad, like he really wanted to fight Boots. Like he really wanted to fight Crawford, knowing Crawford fit to fight Canelo. Fuck you steady screaming Crawford name for? Crawford about to fight in September with Canelo. The motherfucker who you try to go out there and steal some thunder from. You want to show up to Canelo fights with your 4 belts like you undisputed. Hey, Canelo, don't nobody do no like that shit, Jab Queen, right? How corny is that, Jab Queen? It's your fight, Queen, but I'm coming to your fight with my belts. Hey, look, we both undisputed. Hey, look, I'm undisputed too, my friend. Look, let's stand on the side of Canelo with my belts, and you ain't got no fight coming up. What the fuck you doing at this man press conference with belts for? You ain't got no fight coming up. That type of shit, bro. That type of shit. Esco Royalty. I'm not talking about what Crawford resume looking like. I'm not talking about what Earl Spence is. I'm telling you, if Crawford was to fight a Teofimo Lopez, he would dust the flow with Teofimo motherfucking ass. Just like Jerron Boots Ennis would dust the flow with Teofimo motherfucking ass. And I do mean dust. Dusk. Won't be competitive. Won't be close. And you'll see, I'm just a kid trying to be great. I moved up to be great. I'm just a kid. And nobody want to give me credit. I'm just a kid. I went in there with the pound for pound best fighter in the world. I gave it a chance. I'm not even that big. I come from 135. I'm not even that big. I took a chance. But I dare to be great. No one dares to be great anymore. That's gonna be his motherfucking speech after getting his motherfucking ass dust. Ass sitting on 50s. Lip go be hanging. He easily bust open. He got scar tissue. You see Cambosis bust his ass open. Bro, I'm telling you. Power not translate. The more he go up, the power just diminish, my boy. I'm sorry to tell y'all. I'm sorry to tell y'all. He's not big like you saying what Crawford did in this last fight. The dude's not big like that. He can't take them type of punches from them dudes, bro. He can't take them type of punches. The best thing he gonna do is run around that goddamn ring and try to survive. That's the best chance that he got. The best chance that he got. Other than that, he better stay his ass at 140. That's it. That's all. He better stay at 140, or he better pick a certain fight to fight at 147. And when I say pick a certain fight, meaning some little fighter that came up to 47, that's around the same weight as him. Because a natural 147 pound at 147, with the skill set of a Terence Crawford and Jerron Boots Ennis, with the IQ, with the power, go run right through his ass. Run right through his ass. And I'm going to love every bit of it. And I'm going to meme the shit out of his ass. From the first round to the 12th round. I'm going to have a 2 hour and 50-minute video from every punch, from every angle, to every scratch, to every score, to every excuse, to every ooh, ah. Even Poppy in the corner. Come on, Poppy. Come on, Poppy. Don't stand there, Poppy. Move, Poppy. Stop standing there, Poppy. Move. Poppy, you can't stand there like that. You can't keep standing there, Poppy. You have to throw more punches, Poppy. Move, Poppy. Grab him, Poppy. You're going to move. I'm going to throw the towel in, Poppy. I'm going to throw the towel in. I'm going to have every bit of it. Memeing the shit out of his ass. And I ain't even that type of nigga. But to him, yes, I am. Every bit of it, brother. Every bit of it. Because he got to learn his lesson, bro. He got to learn his lesson. And for the people that's fans of his, that's big time fans, like I'm waiting. Like I will watch. Matter of fact, I'm gonna listen to my brother Low Nose box. Let's see what my brother Low, because my brother Low Nose box, I rocks with him heavy, and he's a firm man. One thing about Low, he's a firm man. I'm gonna see what he said about T.O. with this ER, because he said T.O. said it with the ER. So let me see what my brother. I fuck with Low. I fuck with Low heavy. Like that's my brother. I fucks with him heavy, and I respect his opinion. He's a big time T.O. fan. He's a Puerto Rican. So let's see what Low say about, somebody who he admires and feels is one of the best fighters in the world.
First off, I want to say thank you to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
That's what my brother Low
say. If it wasn't
say.
for him, this would not be possible. Low Nose Boxing, hit the like button, share the video, leave a comment, subscribe. If you've been living under a rock somewhere, you probably don't know that Teofimo Lopez right now is under a lot of heat right now. Teofimo Lopez was recently on Instagram Live punching a heavy bag, and during that he also said the N-word twice with the ER. He said the N-word with the ER. And Teofimo Lopez has already built a reputation of race-baiting antics. And yeah, I'm definitely not backing his play on that situation, right? And I'm gonna keep it a beam, right? As a fan, as a supporter of Teofimo Lopez, I'm very disappointed. Absolutely, I'm very disappointed. I didn't grow up that way, you know what I mean? Playing around like that. I grew up with a lot of good African American brothers, along with my fellow Latino brothers, and even some white brothers as well, and sisters. So I don't feel that I can't relate to that. You understand what I'm saying? I can't relate to that. What I will say is this: I'm not ashamed to admit that I'm a fan, I'm a supporter. I mean, let's stop capping right now. Everybody that watches any type of sport has a favorite team, has a favorite fighter. So let's stop the cap. We're all fans, we're all supporters. But what I am not, I'm not a fanboy. I'm not a fanboy. So you're not going to hear me say, oh, Tio didn't really say and with the R. He said liquor. I know what my ears heard. Okay? Mm-hmm. Now I'm going to tell you why I had became, what drew me into being a supporter / fan of Teofimo Lopez. I appreciate his character in terms of being a people's champion. Teofimo Lopez congregates with the regular people. He doesn't look down on people like most of our favorite fighters. He's hands-on, you know what I'm saying? He's really out there with the people. Feet on land. Shout out to Quilly. Feet on land. I can appreciate his work ethic, how he dedicates himself to the sport of boxing, takes it seriously, despite having asthma. I can appreciate his willingness to challenge the best fighters out there. So yeah, I believe that his call out of Jerron Ennis and Terence Crawford are legitimate call outs because he's shown that in the past. He's shown who he is. So I believe he really wants to fight those guys. Is he going about it the right way? Absolutely not. Not in my opinion. I can appreciate his skill set, his natural God-given ability. I've never seen a Latino fighter with those types of physical attributes, athletic-wise, and natural swag since a young prime Hector Macho Camacho. What I don't appreciate, like I said, is the race baiting.
I go follow my brother Low Nose Boxing.
Saying things like the N-word with the ER, the monkey jokes, the banana jokes, the watermelon jokes. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of when he's been asked those types of questions, his failure to actually take accountability. I'm not a fan of that at all. So what I'm going to do right now is answer y'all the $1 million question. Am I still a supporter of Teofimo Lopez?
Yes.
Am I still going to root for Teofimo Lopez?
Yes.
Absolutely I am.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely I am. Because at the end of the day, even though I'm against racism, I'm against prejudiceness, I'm against those types of antics, I'm still going to root for him as a fighter. And I don't wish him no harm at all. I rooted for Mike Tyson. A lot of us rooted for Mike Tyson despite him being convicted of rape. And I'm against rape. Right? When Bernard Hopkins threw the Puerto Rican flag on the ground, I wasn't a fan of Hopkins back then. But later on, I became a fan of Bernard Hopkins. I forgave him for that. Right? I mean, let's keep it a bean, not to be funny, man. If R. Kelly were released from jail right now, he had the biggest concert, a lot of y'all still gonna go. And I'm against pedophilia. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I'm still gonna root for Teofimo Lopez against anybody that he fights, unless they bring a prime Tito Trinidad out of a time machine. Other than that, I'm still rooting for Teofimo Lopez. I hope he gets it together and starts making better choices. I hope he puts this behind, or time heals itself, or maybe even comes out and apologizes genuinely. You know what I mean? I'm still rooting for Tio, and I still want to see what's next for his career. I just had to address the issue. I know a lot of people were waiting for my response.
That's why I fuck with my brother Low Nose Boxing. You see, that's a real response right there. I have no problem with you still rooting for Teofimo Lopez. Not at all. Nothing at all. You feel me? You can root for your favorite fighter, but you don't have to agree with the bullshit that he put out there. You don't have to agree with the bullshit energy that he put out, the antics that he bring, all that shit. That's why I respect Low. That's why I respect Low. That's a real brother right there, bro. That's a real brother right there because he keeping it real, keeping it real. And when you got fans like that, that's gonna let you know, listen, man, all that shit ain't cool, brother. You don't have to do all that to get the fight. Really, you pushing the fight away. You know what I'm saying? You're pushing the fight away. You understand what I'm saying? This not gonna get you to fight with T.O. or Terence Boy Crawford. This only gonna get you a altercation. This only gonna get you an altercation. That's it. That's all. You'll get a fucking altercation when you see one of them. They gonna want to punch you in your motherfucking mouth with no gloves on. You feel me? Yeah, they gonna punch you on your shit with no gloves on. You talking about a rough, rugged, tough motherfucker from Omaha, Nebraska, and a rough, rugged, tough motherfucker from the streets of Philly. You feel me? Like that shit don't fly. That shit don't fly. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, man, look, that type of rhetoric, those type of antics, that type of trying to put yourself out there, clout chasing in that form of fashion, it only goes so far, my dog. It only goes so fucking far. Only so far. So you can keep trying, and that shit go keep just knocking you down. You know what I mean? It's gonna knock you down. And like you go fuck up with the promoters. You go fuck up with the promoters. Cause the promoters ain't gonna want nothing to do with that shit. You know what I'm saying? The promoters ain't gonna want nothing to do with that shit. They gonna look at that shit like, come on, bro, get out of here with that bullshit. They ain't gonna want nothing to do with it. You feel me? So he ain't doing nothing but putting his foot in his own mouth. That's what he doing. Putting his foot in his own mouth. And it's gonna backfire on him. You know? It's gonna backfire on him. And he gonna be pissed off about it. You know what I mean? He gonna be pissed off about it because all he's gonna do is backfire on him. That's it, that's all. So we'll see how that play out for him. Now, let's get to Canelo and Terence Boy Crawford, y'all. Canelo and Terence Crawford. I thought this fight wasn't gonna take place. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all, bro. I thought Canelo and Crawford was not going to take place. Like I'm gonna keep it real. I thought it was not going to take place. I thought Crawford was just screaming that name. I know Canelo was like he don't want to fight. Y'all can stop saying that shit. I'm not fighting that dude. I don't gain nothing after fighting him. If I beat him, I don't get no just due. If I lose, then goddamn, you lost to a smaller cat. You know what I'm saying? Now he didn't look bigger than Canelo. He looked taller. You know what I'm saying? But I lost to a smaller cat, and people gonna say, "God damn, man, Canelo lost to a small fighter. Canelo ain't ish. Canelo ain't this. Canelo ain't that. Canelo just this. Canelo just that." You know what I'm saying? But turkey out of sheep, the money man, the man with the money, the man with somebody else's money. You know what I'm saying? But it actually is taking place, and it can be a box office hit. Canelo versus Terence Crawford can be a box office hit. But you gotta promote this bitch the right way. Undisputed champion versus undisputed champion. You feel me? Undisputed versus undisputed. And you gotta promote it the right way. You know? You have to put this bitch on around the world for people to see. You have to make sure you touch the right networks. You know? For sure, Low Tolliver. But it's not just that, though, Low. You got Terence Boy Crawford, a top pound for pound fighter, right? But since beating Earl Spence, his recognition went up. You know what I mean? His recognition went up since beating Earl Spence. Then he went and won the title at 154, right? So Crawford somewhat did snatch the black culture, some of the black culture on his side. Now, I'm not saying he got more than EJ, but by bringing out Eminem, by bringing out this and that, he snatched some of the black culture on his side. You know? And you know this had, like, let's be realistic. Y'all know Money B ain't here to cut no corners. I ain't here to bullshit nobody. Right? It's going to be promoted Black American versus Spanish. You know what I mean? I'm not going to bullshit nobody to cut no corners. Y'all know who I'm riding with. Y'all know who I got winning. But I respect Terence Bud Crawford on so many levels. On so many levels. Because he is done to be great. Not 99%. No, he ain't going to have 99%. I ain't going to say that. It's a lot of brothers that's like Canelo now, Low Tyler. It's a lot of brothers that like Canelo now. Not just montray-brown, everybody. I ain't the only Negro out there that's a Canelo Alvarez fan. Right? I ain't in the 1% Gentile, just the 1%. You know? You ain't gonna have 99% now. You know? But nonetheless, it's a good scrap. It's a damn good scrap, bro. It's a damn good scrap. But, you know, people looking at Canelo and they saying, man, what Canelo just did against William Skull, Terence Crawford got a chance. You know, Terence Crawford go do this. Terence Crawford go do that. Terence Crawford go beat his ass. You know, he gonna show him what this is and show him what that is. But I think people sleep on the skill set that Canelo possesses. People sleep on the skill set that Canelo possesses. But I respect Crawford on another level because you know what? Crawford don't sleep on it. Crawford don't. Like Crawford said, people don't understand Canelo can do it all. He can box you. He can punch you. He can go to the body. He got a good chin. Crawford understand what Canelo is and understand what he possesses, right? Now credit Bo Max, Sayul, and Red over there. They some bad motherfuckers. Again, they just do. They go do their research. You know what I'm saying? They go do their research. They go study Canelo to a T, right? They go study Canelo to a T. But one thing we gotta understand is this, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls all over the world. I mean all over the world. Pippin' all over the world. Fancy cars, the women and the caviar, right? We seen what Bivol did to Canelo. He outboxed my dude Canelo. I seen Canelo going for the home run against Bivol. I seen Canelo trying to hurt Bivol. You feel me? I think Canelo fought the wrong fight. But even Bivol said he hits fucking hard. He hits hard. Bivol acknowledged that Canelo can boom. He can crack on your motherfucking ass. You feel me? He can crack up a dacker. You know? And of course, the one and only, the great, the living legend. You know what I'm saying? Floyd Money Mayweather. TBE. Money May all day. In your face. He's just something special. Right? He's just something special. And I will say he caught Canelo early. He caught Canelo early. Right? Took Canelo to school. You know what I mean? Take him to school. You know what I mean? Took Canelo to school. And Laura, listen, the Laura fight, I had Canelo winning that fight, low, but Laura winning that bitch and did what he did. You got to understand how old Laura was, how old Canelo was at that time, right? And when and listen to this too, low, and I want you to, if you agree with me, say you agree with me. If you don't, you don't, right? If you don't, you don't. And I'm not here to make nobody try to feel a certain type of way about my dude, King Nello. You understand me? King Nello, right? Coach Eddie from Atlanta, Skull ain't beat nothing but his meat. That's about it, my G. No disrespect. But when Canelo fought Floyd, right? Z28, they in for a big motherfucking surprise, buddy. You hear me? A big surprise. But when Canelo fought Floyd Mayweather, I want everybody to hear me out. He fought the best of the best at 147. When Canelo fought Floyd Money Mayweather, he fought the best of the best at 147. Right? Then at 154, he fought Laura. People say Canelo ducked the Cholos. Canelo didn't want to fight the Cholos. He didn't want to do that. But who was the Cholos' big brother? Could somebody answer that question? Who was the Cholos' big brother at 154? Because they all trained with Ronnie Shields. I'm just saying he fought the best of the best. That's all I'm saying. He fought the best of the best at 147. He fought the best of the best at 147. He fought the best of the best at 147. Who was the Cholos' big brother at 154 that was in the ring with them schooling them boys? Arslan Lara. They all trained with Ronnie Shields. The great Ronnie Shields. Shout out to Ronnie Shields, man. I love Ronnie Shields. Canelo beat Lara. What do y'all might don't like it. Y'all might disagree. I felt Lara won. I felt Lara won. Montray-Brown watched that fight 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 135, 50 million times. And all the times I had Canelo coming out on top. I watched it with my brother Batman. I had Canelo coming out on top. Right? After that, you felt like Lara beat him? I ain't mad at you, brother. I ain't mad at you at all. I ain't mad at you. You feel me? But then we go to 160, bro. Who's the big dog at 160? Who's the big dog at 160? Who's the big monster at 160? Who's knocking everybody out, putting their digs in the dirt at 160? Yeah. Triple G. Triple the G. G to the G to the motherfucking G. I ain't talking about 1G. I'm talking about Triple G. Canelo went and fought him twice. In my opinion, he beat him twice. But nonetheless, the first one was a draw. Right? Then he beat him again. Then he beat him again. Right? That was the best of the best at 160. Right? Then we go to 168. 168. And he wiped that motherfucker out. Credit. I wanted to see him fight Benavidez. I feel like Benavidez deserved to fight with Canelo. I feel like he did everything he had to do to fight Canelo, right? Right? But he went and wiped out 168. In the exception of my man Benavidez, who lost his title. So you have to blame him for losing his title. You have to blame him for losing his title. Right? Then he went to 175, knocked out Kovalev, fought Dimitri Bivol. You feel me? And wanted to fight Arthur Beterbiev, but Arthur Beterbiev turned him down. First GGG, Canelo got cooked. You're a lie coach, Eddie ATL. Like I said, if you can't keep it true, you can't keep it real. I understand you just don't like Canelo. I understand you're not a fan of Canelo. First of all, you say Canelo is a hype job. You say Canelo is a hype job. But Canelo got the best resume in boxing still right now. He has the best resume in boxing. Still right now. Hey now. Bro, I'm not drinking the Canelo Kool-Aid, my boy. I'm a fan of Canelo. I'm a fan of Earl Spence. I'm a fan of Wilder. I'm a fan of Gervonta Tank Davis. Right? Those are my guys. But y'all try to discredit Canelo on every fucking aspect. Right? Because look. Hey, now look, watch this. Listen up. Take notes. Get your pen. Get your book. Open your phone. Take a look. The Reedy Rainbow, right? Yeah, I saying Canelo ducked everybody. Canelo ducked the Cholos. Canelo ducked Andrade. Canelo ducked this fighter. Canelo ducked that fighter. Well, Andrade and Cholo could have fought. Andrade and Canelo could have. I mean, Andrade and Cholo could have fought. They was in the same division. 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 Or they called ducks. Or they called ducks. Do you call Cholo a duck? Do you call Andrade a duck? Huh? 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 Or is just Canelo a duck? Or is just Canelo a duck? Or is just Canelo a duck? Because y'all want to see Canelo get beat. Because y'all don't like Canelo. Because y'all don't like Canelo. Mm. Mm. Is that the truth? Is that's how y'all feeling? I'm just saying, keep it real, bro. Just keep it real. Just keep it real, bro. Now, I know y'all might not like the way Canelo move. I know that might kind of piss y'all off a little bit, right? That might kind of piss y'all off a little bit. Now, I'm not mad at that. If y'all want to see a few fights from Canelo Alvarez, like the Cholo fight, or the Andrade fight, or the David Benavidez fight, right? But y'all do know that Cholo turned down a Canelo fight too, right? Or y'all don't remember that? Or y'all don't remember Cholo turning down a Canelo fight? We already seen Canelo lose 4 times. 4 times, huh? You see things like that, my boy. Canelo lost 4 times when he got 2 losses on his resume. He only got 2 losses on his resume. He only got 2 losses on his resume, but Canelo lost 4 times. So y'all can even give Canelo credit for what he's done for the sport of boxing. Y'all hate the man so much, he can't get no just due on nothing. On nothing. And I'm a fan of Cholo. I always said I thought Jamal Cholo would have gave Canelo a nice little problem because he have a beautiful jab. He got a strong jab. And Canelo is subject to the jab at times. But I don't think Jamal would have beat Canelo. Jamel definitely wasn't beating Canelo. Demetrius Andrade wasn't beating Canelo. I'm gonna tell you again. Demetrius Andrade wasn't beating Canelo. And a lot of people say we wanted to see Andrade fight Canelo at 154 early on. Didn't have a chance. Didn't have a chance. Didn't have a chance. And Canelo have 3 gift decisions. 3 gift decisions, huh? 3 gifts. Yeah, okay. 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 That boy say Skull beat Canelo. I mean, if that's how you feel, if that's how you feel, I can't change your mind on that, bro. I can't change your mind on that, bro. And I ain't gonna try to change your mind on that, bro. But that boy ain't beat Canelo on no level. That boy ain't beat Canelo on no level. You hear me now? Hey now. That boy ain't beat Canelo on no level, my boy. On no level. You hear me? None. 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 So at the end of the day, the Terence Crawford and Canelo fight is going to be a good scrap. Yo, money, why don't certain people like Canelo? Be honest in your assessment. Marcus Pell say you like picking the losers. Hey, somebody got to lose, somebody got to win. Marcus, hear me? You said Canelo absolutely did nothing, but what did Williams score do? He did absolutely nothing. I'm not saying the fight was one of them outstanding performances like, hey, 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 what do you say? No, it wasn't one of them outstanding performances, but at the end of the day, he didn't do enough to go out there and beat somebody like Canelo, bro. Like, let's be realistic, bro. A nigga like that can't beat Canelo moving around the ring, brother. You know damn well. So, Coach Eddie, be realistic. At the end of that fight, did you think they'd go get Williams scored to win? At the end of that fight, did what he did in the ring, right? And he tried to do what he did. That was his game plan coming into the ring. I mean, into the fight to try to win. Did you think they was gonna give him the win over Canelo Alvarez with that performance? You feel me? Because that was not the same performance as Arslandy Laura, as people try to say. That is nowhere near the performance Arslandy Laura put on. Nowhere near. My dude, to answer your question, bro, the reason why people don't like Canelo, because he's a winner. You know, he's a winner. And when you win so much, they want to see you lose. You know what I'm saying? Some people want to let them on money. I drop the link. You have to let me see that you're real though, too though. I sure didn't want these word ass little motherfuckers out here. Baby, you a winner, and I need to take you 12 rounds. Uh-huh. Give it up for my girl. I saw that Jack Queen on. I'm like, oh, this one. I know she wants to come on or not. I think man, Jack Queen could do something special. I gotta make sure you ain't Southpaw boxing, bro. Teddy Adams don't like Canelo, bro. Hey, coach, let me see your face, coach. Hold on, I'm just bringing you in. Coach.
I got you, bro. I'm
Okay.
What's going on, man?
You good? Okay, I just had to make sure you want that word ass dude. I got you.
Laid up, man.
No
Yeah,
doubt,
man. What's going on, brother?
How you feeling, my brother? I'm all right. I can't complain.
Man, I'm all right, man. Like I said, brother, at the end of the day, we already know that Canelo wasn't gonna get the decision. This is my only problem with the last fight, and I do got a lot of gripes with Canelo whole career, and I've been watching Canelo since he was on HBO days. You know what I'm saying? I'm going on 47. I can give Canelo a whole rundown on his career, bro. I can tell you everything, every person he fought, every stipulation he put on somebody, every one leg up he put on somebody, how he always. I can give you the whole rundown, but I'm just gonna stick to the score fight. And then you know what I'm saying.
We can go. You can go to score right now, quick, bro.
Yeah, but with the score fight, man. This why I feel like the man won the fight, bro. Everybody kept saying score running, right? And then you listen to their commentary, you know why that commentary, that stuff will sway you, man. You know what I'm saying? Sergio Moore, they will score right from the get up, just like how Antonio Tarver, Devin Haney, 10 seconds into the fight, he hit. No, the man even warmed up yet. If you really go back and look at that fight, brother, just keep it 100. And was just there to get the money, man. So that's what happened. When you have got guaranteed bread or incentive for him, because he know he was going to win. The man literally threw 158 punches the entire fight, man. It was one round where this dude threw 4 punches and landed 0, and they gave it to him. Man, how can you give a man a round that throw 4 punches and then land nothing?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I laugh my ass. Like I keep it real. I've seen the round, but I don't think Canelo even threw a punch.
They gave it to him.
I don't think Canelo threw a punch. I say, damn, this nigga really crap. I think nigga really crap.
Bro, that's what I'm saying, man. I mean, I know you're gonna keep it real. You know that's your game. I know you're gonna keep it real, man. And I'm gonna keep it real too. Like, I ain't gonna sit up here, bro. The real talk. Like, if you want to go by the letter or the law, William Score won that fight, bro. I mean, as dull as it was, if it was an amateur fight, he would have outpointed Canelo. Canelo didn't do nothing. I know he the A side. I know they got a lot of money riding on the fight.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, man, it was time where William Score stopped and stood in front of Canelo for about 15 seconds, and Canelo sit there and looked at the dude. Canelo didn't try to cut the ring off. He didn't try to jab the man. He didn't try to put the man in the rope. He just stood there. You know what I'm saying? And I think Eddie Reynoso was saying, hey, man, be careful. The man trying to hit you with counter shots. Don't get caught with nothing. Even Eddie Reynoso was like, man, don't mess the bag up. Just go in there, just make it to the 12th round. Don't really take no chances. Because I think Skull had enough respectable power that Canelo didn't want to run in there. Because, like I said, he's still a grown man. You know what I'm saying? And he's a boxer.
And he's a big dude.
Yeah, he was big. That dude probably about 185, 190 pounds, easy.
Yeah.
So I think he hit.
Punch in the face.
Heck no. I think he had enough speed and enough power to keep Canelo honest. Cause he probably felt, when you boxing, dude probably felt something like, nah, I don't want to get hit clean with that. Even though he might not have a lot of knockouts, he still got enough oomph on his punches where he can hurt you. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't just go walk through him.
Yeah, you ain't gonna walk through him. And like I say, at one point in the fight, man, you go back and watch it, the referee went over there and told Canelo, "Hey, look, man, you got to throw some punches, man." That's what I'm saying. The man didn't do nothing, bro. And I'm saying, I know the whole, you don't want to mess the bag up. You got Terence Crawford fight coming up next, but I'm being dead serious. I ain't trying to be funny. I
No, I
ain't
feel
trying to troll.
I feel the same
Canelo
way
lost.
you.
Canelo lost the fight, man. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, yeah, I can't listen. That's why I say, look, I can't tell nobody to feel how they feel with the fight. Now, what I got to do, I'm gonna rewatch it, right? Because when I show the fights on YouTube, sorry, on Instagram, I show the fights. But one thing I don't do, I don't listen to the commentator. I turn that shit off. So when you watch the fight with me, it's no volume. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people feel like turn the volume up, which you can't play the volume anyway. They kick you out. But it's like I've been showing the fight since 2015. I've been showing the fight, so it's been like 10 years now, right? We've been watching it with no volume, and it's better that way. You know what I mean?
Oh
So
yeah,
what I always do though, because watching the fight the first time, you miss a lot of shit. Because I'm talking to the people, I'm looking at the fight, I'm looking at the game plan. You know what I'm saying? And I always go back and rewatch a fight. So I got to go back and rewatch that fight. It's a couple fights I go back and rewatch. I got to rewatch the Tank fight over and shit to see, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying, how that fight went.
The
So it's a couple
ropes,
fights I rewatch. Yeah, so I don't never, discredit nobody and what they're saying. But all I'm saying is like you said, to the situation at hand, when you look at Williams' Skull, whether you thought he won the fight, I can't say he did not yet because I got to rewatch it. But I know for a fact that like when you fight that caliber fight against a Canelo Alvarez, bro, and who you already like. Let's just be realistic. You're already down on the cards, stepping into the ring with Canelo. You know what I'm saying? So it's
facts.
just the law of the land in boxing. This ain't football, soccer, basketball. This ain't that shit. This is
Right,
money. You know what I'm saying? Follow the money, follow the drip, follow the drip. Just follow the money.
right.
Canelo brings a lot of that shit. So it's just like Floyd. When you step inside that ring, motherfucker, you got to do something spectacular. You got to do some real shit. So looking at Williams' score, getting there fighting the fight that he fought, I knew it wasn't gonna be. It wasn't gonna be enough
Nah,
to get it done for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking at like I say, the fight was lackluster than a motherfucker. I keep it true. It was a
facts.
lackluster fight, like hell. Like I told my boy early on the show. Yes, I understand. We were saying that the score was moving, he was moving, but I still expected much more out of Canelo. Still, I still expected Canelo to do it. It don't matter if he was moving and moving. Because I say the same shit
Right.
with Stevenson. Oh, he moving. Okay,
Yup.
well, as a fighter, you got to cut the ring. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And like I said, it
That's
was
right.
times where Canelo grabbed and wrapped him up, and I thought he was gonna let his hands go, and he did. And it had me a little worried. I'm
Mhm.
like, damn, Nello, is you getting old? Is your knees, you know what I'm saying, buckling but duckling out this motherfucker? But my thing was like,
Exactly.
I just knew for a fact that performance from Skull, it wasn't gonna be enough to beat somebody like Canelo. You feel me? Like I
And
say,
the
Laura, because I got you. People keep talking about the Laura. Oh well, it was the same fight that Laura fight. It was two different fights. Laura let his hands go way more to Skull, and I think Laura was way more accurate towards Canelo. You know what I'm saying? So I think that was a totally different fight than Laura. But William Skull, he went in there, he had a game plan. Like I said, I'm not gonna knock him for his game plan because every fighter they come in with their game plan is their game plan. It's just at the end of the fight, how would it? You know what I'm saying? How would the dust settle? But go ahead, coach.
Yeah, you're right, man. Everything you said right on the money. And like the thing about it, William, it was to the point where William probably he could have stole that fight because the scorecard they won one judge had it 7 rounds to 5. That's a close fight.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
one round away from a draw.
Exactly. And another judge had 8 rounds to 4, and then another judge just gave score 1 round. But I'm saying it was so grotesque the level of inactivity. It was almost repulsive. It was like, look, I have to do absolutely nothing. Canelo went there and set a record for the least amount of punches thrown in a championship fight. He's the ranked number 2 of all time. So how arrogant can you be to think that you can just show up, throw 158 punches, and collect $50 million and then blame it on the other guy? Well, like you just said, the man didn't make no effort to cut it off. The man didn't make no effort to use the jab totally abandoned, no jail, didn't try to put the man in the rope. We already seen, Canelo can do these things. We seen Canelo cut the ring off. We seen Canelo put guys in the rope and beat up on them. We seen Canelo walk guys down. That right there was just a piss poor, lazy performance. I already know I'm gonna win. It was basically like it'd be like me saying I'm the boss, right? I'm saying money. All I do is show up to the job, show up to the interview. You got the job, so you might
Right.
come to the job in some goddamn shorts and some tank tops, and some flip flop. You know what I'm saying? Because you already know you got the job. You
You
see what I'm
got
saying?
it. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, when I'm saying Canelo didn't try, man. I'm like, if it was any fight that he deserved to lose, it was that one because the dude didn't show up. The man, you supposed to be the face of boxing, Mexican Cinco de Mayo Day, and this is a disgusting performance from you. This is the most terrible performance in your whole career. It's the worst performance in his whole career. And then you come sitting there and blame it on the other guy. So you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, he got to hold some of that responsibility too, because he didn't press the action like he should have.
That's one thing I would agree with. Like I say, once you went in there, it want a spectacular performance from Canelo, right? But I ain't gonna just say that he lost the fight. Like I said, I'm gonna rewatch it. I understand you because you seen it, you scored the way you scored. But I do know, right? When just looking at the fight overall, I'm looking like I'm seeing Canelo landing punches. I'm seeing Skull land punches too. But like I say, lackluster, lackluster all over. If Canelo did throw one, like you said, just 150 punches, and my man supposedly threw 100 more, and Canelo land at a higher percentage, right? It still says something to me about the fight. So as much like I said, and I'm with you, I thought Canelo would do way more than what he did. I feel like he should have done way more than he did. No excuses on that or shit like that. But in this time and age, what a fight game is at now, and how the fight game is, you know what I'm saying? Even William Score, you see him, he ain't raising no gripe about it because I'm not gonna say that they understand that. Oh man, we know we lost the fight, or we just happy to make it to the end and make this and make that. But overall, when you come in there against Canelo, you have to go out there and yes, like you say, you feel like he landed more punches and shit like that, and you feel like he did more, but you know what it is. Like in reality, like I'm not saying you're wrong for us Canelo coming into the ring knowing he won the fight. I'm not saying you're wrong on that behalf because I understand the fight game and where it's at now and what it is, and how the politics of the sport go. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I'm gonna keep it true with this shit all the way around the board. When you on that type of level of a Canelo Alvarez and you at the level where Tank at now, they want to see you win because they understand where the money is at. So the fight with Canelo and Crawford is going to take place. You know what I mean? Like I say, one judge only gave score one round, and that's bullshit to me. That's pure bullshit to me. 120% bullshit to me. You feel me? I never said man only won one goddamn round. But we all know how boxing is, the politics of it, and who you got to be and what you got to do to go out there and win that fight. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not mad at William Scully. Like I say, I'm not going to discredit his fight game because that was his fight. I mean, sorry, it's his what he going in there and what he had planned, his plan on fighting Canelo Alvarez. But it just wasn't enough to go out there and beat Canelo Alvarez, even with that style, even if people feel like you won the fight. You know what I'm saying? So that is going to be a plus one. Like you see him, you'll be like, man, you won that Canelo fight, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a more victory for him, but at the end of the day, it ain't going to put the W on his record. You know what I mean? And I understand. I ain't pissed off bitch on how you feel and shit like that, So
Yeah, you right about that. I think Skull, when he go back and watch that fight, he probably be kicking himself, man. Because he really could have stole that fight, man. If that was the night that he probably could have upset Canelo, because Canelo just didn't have no gas, he didn't have no steam, he didn't have no fire in his eyes. And like I said, if Skull would have just probably did 20% more, he probably could have got a draw.
yeah,
You know what I'm
and that's
saying?
just
Either
and that's
that
just
or it would have been. Yeah, if it would have been so egregious, they'd be like, nah, man. Nah,
yeah,
y'all robbed this dude. You know what I'm saying? It would have been like so egregious that even though he might have got the win, everybody would have felt like he won. You know what I'm saying? The majority of people
yeah,
outside of true Canelo, man fan would have felt like he won.
yeah. He would have just had to take a chance on pushing Canelo back, which he never took it, like you say, never took a chance on. So let me ask you this, Coach. What's your thoughts on the Bud Crawford and Canelo fight then in September? You think because of what you're saying out of Canelo in that fight, that Bud will go out there and get a W?
I think Crawford gonna be a different Canelo. He don't base any performance. Don't base your fight off of that right there. That right there was the dude who just showed up to get a free. We did get a goddamn a stipend, free check. That's all they would. That wasn't that but a formality. Crawford, Canelo not gonna fight Crawford like that. He gonna fight Crawford hard. So I think Canelo should expect a hard. I mean, Crawford should expect a hard fight. You know, when they do match up, I think you're gonna get a motivated Canelo. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's gonna make that fight different. And it's I think Canelo gonna fight with a lot of pride because he gonna feel like he got his Mexican people. He want to make sure that he win, and I think Crawford gonna do the same thing, which gonna make for a good fight. Now, I think it's some things that Crawford could take from that Williams score fight and any fight that Canelo has fought. Because one thing about Canelo, if you're a good fighter, you're gonna definitely compete with. It's gonna be close. Like Danny Jacobs fought a competitive fight with like a 7-5 type of affair. You know what I'm saying? So Canelo never really blows out good fighters. So if you're a good fighter, it's gonna be close. It's gonna be close, but you're gonna win. You know what I'm saying? So that's where it is. And I think Crawford, all he has to do is really just avoid the big shot because Canelo doesn't have the same head movement that he used to have. He don't have the same feet that he had. His reflexes are not what they used to be. That's why he don't slip punches anymore. He comes walk to you in the high guard. That's how I know he's fading because he don't have that same side to side movement like when he was making guys miss and and rubbernecking a lot of shots. He don't do that no more. He just walk you down the high guard, try to let you punch yourself out or try to punch in between your shots. And that's what he do. The jab ain't what it used to be. So Crawford got a good chance, man. If Crawford could use that mobility, I would take a little bit of what Williams scored did, take a little bit of what Bevel did, take a little bit of what Triple G did, take a little bit of what Floyd did, and then add my own style with it, Crawford style, and keep them all balanced. Because I say, Crawford can switch hit, go back and forth. So it's going to be a good fight. I think right now most people got a 50-50 fight right now.
A lot of people saying Crawford gonna get that fight because of Canelo last performance. And I like how you put it, Coach. That's how I know you know your shit. And you know boxing, and you ain't just being one sided. Because a lot of people just being one sided on it. Oh man, Canelo in that fight, he ain't this. But like you said, Canelo will come with a whole different game plan. Go fight with a whole different intensity, with a whole different, skill set. Fight turns with Crawford. A lot of people think, I understand what you're saying. Like when you look at Canelo, bro, and being in the game, as long as he been in the game, 60 plus, almost 70 goddamn fights. You'd have seen it all. You'd have done it all, right? Sometimes you could get a little complacent. You know what I mean? Sometimes, when shit goes your way and you having it your way, when you get in there against certain fighters that ain't not supposed to be as skillful as you or on your level, you can fight down to the competition. You know what I'm saying? You can fuck up and fight down to the competition, which you shouldn't take a night off. And that's in any sport. You know what I mean? That's why I respect Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan so much, even though it ain't boxing and shit like that. But you shouldn't take a day off in any sport. But you do get a little complacent in boxing because boxing is a brutal fucking sport. And we all know the worst of the worst shit happen in training camp. You feel me? That's where everything happens at the training camp. The fight is won and lost in training camp. You put on a hell of a training camp. You go out there with the right sparring partner. You put the greatest intensity in to go out there and do what you got to do day in and day out, 120%. Then once you go into that fight, you're going to have a damn good chance to win it. But if you slacking in that training camp, you feel like you just got somebody that you go walk through and you ain't putting in 120%, then, that's why I say one thing about boxing, you can't cheat the sport of boxing unless you really cheat the sport of boxing. You know what I mean? Because whatever you put in and work you put in, it's going to show in that ring. You know what I'm saying? It's going to show in that ring. If you ain't run them extra miles, it's going to show in that ring. If you ain't put that extra sparring in and go hard with motherfuckers and did your study on somebody, it's going to show in that ring. So, I think Canelo looking at Crawford, especially after this performance, looking at how dull it was and how dry it was, to say, you know what, I got to make up against this young motherfucker because there's somebody that if I do fight the way that I fought against Skull, right? And if it is going a certain way, that he got the accolades and he got the respect enough, right, to get the W over my ass if I'm slipping it. And you know what I'm saying? So I think he'll come in with a whole different game plan, with a whole different respect, and like you said, a whole different intensity to go out there and fight with the pride of Mexico on his back. And not just that, he know if I lose to somebody like a Terence Crawford who's coming up 2 weight classes, I might as well just go and retire. I might as well just go and retire, bro, because that's worse than lose to David Benavidez. You feel me? That's worse than lose to David Benavidez, who is a bigger, younger, you know, opposed his will type ass fighter. Now you lost to a fighter that came from 135. Because oh man, Crawford was so small. He came from fucking 135. It came all the way up to 68. That's that Roy Jones shit. Roy Jones with the heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? And beat Reed. You know what I'm saying? So it's just gonna be a whole lot of noise out there. He ain't trying to see that. You know what I'm saying? So he gonna make sure he do the best he can do to go out there and impose his will on Crawford. Now my thing with Crawford is this, because a lot of people feel like, oh man, Crawford gonna do way better than Cholo. Of course, him and Cholo are two different fighters, but I still say they boxer punchers. You know what I'm saying? They boxer punchers, and we know Canelo got a chin like a motherfucker, but the punches you don't see can fuck your ass up still. And I don't give a damn how good you is. If your body ain't hard enough and you ain't braced yourself for a punch, you can feel it. You know what I'm saying? So Canelo got to be on this shit. But it's just I still just can't see Crawford going up 2 weight classes. After Crawford said out his own mouth when he was at 47, when people, would you fight Canelo at 60? Who y'all think I am? Superman? Y'all think I could just jump 2 weight classes and beat somebody? Now, credit, it's a Canelo that's a little older now, right? And I do feel like he lost a step. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to say, oh, this is the same Canelo that fought motherfucking Laura or GGG, right? Because as you get older, and as the fights and the sparring, it take a toll on you like a motherfucker. It definitely take a toll. And the same with Terence Crawford. A lot of people say, they saw the Earl Spence performance, okay, but going up to 54, that performance against my guy, it won his best. You know what I'm saying? It won his best, and it showed that he didn't even hurt my man. So, but he came away with the W. So now, been out the ring for as long as he been out the ring, you know what I'm saying? Not fucking off though. Still been training and staying sharp. But going up 2 more weight classes with that weight on you, you gotta see how you fight with that weight. Now you don't have to come in at that weight, but with that weight on you, bro, you gotta see if you still can move how you move, if you can react the way you can react at the lower weight classes and shit like that. Because I still think somewhere down the line that weight might take a toll on Crawford, and I think that might play a big factor in the game. But I do see Crawford having success in the fight. He's that skillful. He's that fucking good to where he's going to have some success in the fight. But it just will it be enough success, to sustain Canelo Alvarez, even this Canelo Alvarez, because I think people will get a rude awakening to see how still good Canelo Alvarez is, in September. But I'm looking forward to it, bro. I'm damn sure looking forward to it.
Yeah, I can tell that Canelo is getting old. I can tell that the punches are starting to affect him, and I can tell that the sparring is getting to him too. Because Canelo, he takes some licks in the sparring, man. Because he got all them young, big Cuban young guys in there, and you know what I'm saying. They in there, and they like, shoot, this Canelo, I'm gonna whoop up on him. Even though you a sparring partner, you still gonna try to get your pound of flesh while you there. You see what I'm saying?
You got to. That's right. You got to, bro. You got to hold your own. Now.
Exactly. So I know he got a lot of young Cuban fighters in there. Them dudes is fast, and they probably light his butt up. I ain't gonna front. He's that spar guy. I know he used to spar with Shitty Ellis and Ronald Ellis and all them guys used to give him good work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're my dogs. I had Ronald Ellis on the channel. That's my dog. I be getting them up every now and then. Yeah, I'm bringing back.
Yeah, them dudes was giving him the work. Giving him some work. You know what I'm saying? And I know he got some young Cuban fighters in there that's giving him their work. You know what I'm saying? And to me, just looking at him, he don't look 34. He looks about 39. Just physically looking at him.
You gotta think about it. In boxing years, she about 42.
Yeah, y'all remember. I'm talking about this physically, the way his face looks. He look stressed of boxing, because boxing is a very stressful sport. And what it does, it puts wrinkles in your face because you're intense all the time. You know what I'm saying? His face looks old. He don't look like that. Does not look like a 34-year-old face. It looks like a 40-year-old face.
I ain't gonna say my dude look like a 40-year-old now. I ain't gonna go that far, man.
He don't look 34. He looks older than his age. I'm just gonna because he looked like I'll say he looks like a good 38 years old. He don't look like no 34-year-old dude. And
I ain't gonna
that's
do
come
Canelo
from
like
getting punched. That comes from getting punched in the face all the time. Think about it, this man been getting punched in the face. He's 15 years old.
that. Okay, coach,
You know what I'm
just do
saying?
my do now, coach. Just name my do win now,
Nah,
coach.
but you know I'm telling the truth, money. You know
You just
the
do my
truth,
do
man.
win now, coach.
You getting punched in the face for 20 years. It's gonna do something to your face, man.
He said if he doesn't beat Canelo, they'll want him to fight Benavidez. If he does beat Canelo, they'll want. Nah, he ain't going. Crawford ain't going nowhere near Benavidez. Trust
Oh
me.
nah,
Benavidez at 175 now, bro.
yeah. Plus, Crawford already said ain't nowhere where he said ain't fighting David. He said he too big.
Yeah,
He already
he say
said
he too
that in his
damn
own mouth.
big. Yeah, he said, I
Yeah,
don't give a fuck what y'all say. I ain't fighting no damn David, man. Shit.
nah. David will
Right.
stop. David will stop Crawford, man. He will stop him.
Yeah, exactly.
You
It's
know,
just
like I
too
say,
damn much.
yeah, like Clint Eastwood said, man, got no limitation. Yeah, you know what I'm
Right,
saying? And
exactly. Where's
you
that
know,
country? They got no limitation.
and even Canelo knows his limitation. Canelo said the dude's too big. Yeah, he said the man
Yeah,
don't bring that with the age 25 pounds. Canelo ain't getting there with that big old young strong. That dude's a cruiserweight, man. And a cruiserweight who ain't scared of it. He ain't no Edgar Malenko, some dude who just showing
exactly.
up just to get a check. David
Exactly,
is
bro.
coming to knock your head off, man. If he
A
gets in there with
killer.
David, I will bet the house that he will. Canelo would not have a good day in office. I just put it like that. That won't be a good day in office for Canelo. If you fight that young, strong, big dude like that, it won't be a good day. It won't end well. Like I say, Canelo was just too small for David. David is probably light his little butt up, man. You know, and I ain't taking
Stop
that
that
away
one.
from Canelo. He just too big, man. I
No,
mean,
no
you see what
doubt.
he did?
Stop that.
He steamrolled Demetrius Andrade. Steamrolled him. And Demetrius ain't no small guy either. He steamrolled him.
Yeah, yeah. Andrade knew he bit off more than he can chew. As much as he wanted to, say this, say that, he knew. Like I know he ain't have a chance. He ain't have a
I
chance.
think he
Hell.
got in there. He got in there after that second round. He's like, man, this dude right here is big as crap, man.
Mhm. He had to get his big fight though. Because I will say, the Cholo fight, he was trying to get that fight. Andrade, Andrade was trying to push up on there, but I respected Andrade. I
Yeah.
respected Andrade. You know what I'm saying? Because he was trying to get the smoke with a lot of people. You know what I'm
Yo,
saying?
but I gotta ask you a question. Why can't that dude get a fight, man? You got Caleb Plant and Charlo. He been calling them dudes out. I know he been calling out Charlo for goddamn 10, probably longer than Canelo. And then,
Yeah,
but you got Charlo fighting the dude Cornflake. And then you got Plant. I know he been calling out Plant for the past few years. Plant fighting
they
this
been
other dude.
yeah, they finna try to make Cholo and Plant happen. So they fighting on the
Yeah,
same court right now. With Andrade, bro, when he um when he pulled out of that fight with Cholo, when they had that fight at 154, and he snatched out of that fight like that, they kind of rubbed. They
right at
kind
the
of left.
last minute.
Yeah, they kind of left a bad taste in people's mouth and shit. Then a lot of
Yeah,
people feel like he was just talking, and things of that nature. Then like I say, certain styles, cats be like, you know what, man, I ain't trying to get in this motherfucking happen to, you know, walk your ass down and try to catch you and shit like that. At times when you in a better position, you see when people got titles, they in good positions and shit. They go. You sitting down with your team, you doing what's best for you. It's chess, not checkers. You know how boxing go, bro. It's chess, not
oh yeah,
checkers. So they make the next move their best move sometimes, and you know it sometimes don't be the fight that we want to see. Which was a lot of good fights I thought it could have been made that didn't take place. That's why I say when we get on Canelo ass about, oh, he didn't take this fight, he didn't take that fight. But it's a lot of good fights I thought that still could have got made outside. That's why I
yep,
respect David Benavidez. Because David Benavidez, he like, you know what? This motherfucker don't fight me, but I'm gonna go out here. I ain't gonna just sit and wait on this motherfucker. I'm gonna go fight the next best thing out there and still make my name. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like they could have did the same shit. They could have made their names and made that shit happen and put themselves in position to get certain fights. But everybody wanted to fight Canelo, because I'm
yep,
fighting and get the bag, and that's gonna put me in a position. That's what they saying. But you can go out there and still fight the next best thing, and still put yourself in a damn good position, and knock off some names and put some names on your resume to where it's really, what I'm saying, it's really solidified that you should be the one fighting Canelo Alvarez, or If not, guess what? You still got a hell of a resume, and you knocking off top motherfuckers, and you still building your own name. So, that's how boxing is at times, though, man. Especially now, we got to the point to where, when one cat grabbed the spotlight and the one cat got this, like with Tank, everybody's sitting in line and try to get that one fucking fight, and
Yeah, that messed the
everybody,
game up,
everybody
brother.
campaign for the fight. Yeah, instead of sitting up there, fighting each other, saying, "All right, well, and making it happen like that." So, and that's how the game got
Hey,
stagnant. The game got stagnant
hey,
like
man,
that.
you know what? Now check this out. Everything you just said was right. See, the only thing about Canelo, the reason why Canelo get to stay busy, first of all, he'll draw. You see, a
Yeah,
lot. It ain't that the fights don't want to fight each other. A lot of times, the networks just don't want to put it on because, like, man,
yeah,
don't neither one of y'all really got no fan base. It ain't gonna sell, and the money that y'all want, we can't justify. I ain't paying for it. We can't put it on
exactly.
pay per view because ain't nobody gonna buy it. So that's
Yeah,
why a lot of them fights that we mentioned that we maybe wanted to see, they didn't get
yeah,
made because, like I say, the network was like, man, shoot, y'all don't bring entertainment value. And the money
yeah.
that y'all want, we can't justify it. So y'all just gonna sit on the shelf. Either y'all gonna
That's a
take
fact.
less money and fight each other, or you gonna sit on the shelf. And that's what happened a lot of times. See, like the Canelo, he gonna sell. That's why Canelo. See, one thing about this, is what they did with Canelo. Canelo didn't really have no long amateur. He started boxing. He was 15 years old. That's why he
Yeah,
started off at 147. So what they do, Canelo learned on the job. Canelo got 20 dudes on the resume with losing back. Canelo learned on the job. He had a bunch of fights in Mexico. Then De La Hoya brought him over here. Now, what they did with Canelo,
Richard
what
Schaefer.
Rick Schaefer, what they did with Canelo, they said, look, we got a good little prospect over here, good kid, got some pretty decent skills. And we're gonna build him up, put him in the right fights like you normally do. You groom a guy, wait for him to get better. Like I said, he had no extensive amateur career, so they put him in with the right people, and then he studied, kept getting better and better and better as time went on, right? But then what they
Uh-huh.
did, they started putting him with names, guys that was a little past the prime, former champions, like the Shane Mosley, the Cottos, the Carlos Baldomir. Them guys went in their prime, but they had good names. You see what I'm saying? So
Uh-huh.
he fought them guys, and he beat them guys. That boosts his profile up. Then they start putting him on Mayweather undercard so people can get a look at it. And he finally got the Mayweather fight. Came up short in Mayweather fight. They said, well, he had no experience. He had 40 fights. But really, he didn't have no experience because he didn't have no amateur career. He just had a good record that was kind of built up in Mexico. They throw a couple, has-beens and former champions on him. But he wasn't really no experienced guy when he fought Mayweather. It looked experienced on paper, but the actuality wasn't. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So everything is kind of like I ain't gonna say he is a smoke and mirrors, but he can fight. Don't get me wrong, but it's also a smoke and mirror. And Canelo is a machine, and they made sure look, they already know what type of fighter to put Canelo in based on the sparring. They said don't put him in with this type of guy because he don't do good at this type of guy. Don't put him in against this type of guy because he don't do good. They make sure they put him in with the right type of guy to make him look good, keep the fans coming back and build that fan base. He got a whole country behind him, and that's what it is. That's why he always say, I don't like fighting guys that move. That's why he turned Andre. He didn't want to fight Andrade because that's a difficult style for him. I ain't saying he couldn't win. It just wouldn't be what he wanted. It would have been hard for him. That fight would always be hard for Canelo. It'd be hard for him to this day because he can't. That style he does not like. That moving slick style, he hates it. He wants you to fight. Canelo want guys that come forward and throw hands so he can catch you, right or wrong.
facts.
Yeah, that's how he caught Jaime Munguia. Jaime Munguia came in like a buzzsaw and got sat on his pockets. You see what I'm saying? Because Canelo's
Uh-huh.
a good counterpuncher. But William Skull, Canelo was ready to hit that dude with a baseball bat because he wouldn't stand still.
Yeah, that's
So
why I say like
Everybody already know Canelo don't like movers.
it ain't the fact that he don't like movers, right? You get used, like for instance, right? It's like over the time. Of course, you ain't gonna like it. You gonna get a little frustrated, but he got better with it over the time because experience plays a key. You feel me? So it's like, okay, I see you, motherfucker. Y'all gonna move. Y'all gonna move. Y'all gonna move. Like like Williams Skull came in. Even Cholo didn't move that much, but it's like once you move like that, it's like you said, like let's be realistic. Like we just keeping it real. Like you said earlier, when you move like that and you just move and move, okay, you're trying to, throw a few punches, catch him with a few punches and win like that. When you fighting Canelo Alvarez or you William Skull, you really ain't done shit for the sport. It's like you not like even Canelo know, bro, they're not gonna get to fight like that, brother. Like, you gotta at least come forward and crack my motherfucking ass. You know what I'm saying? Like make him ooh, boom, ooh, okay, shit, he done caught Canelo up, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta do something to push his ass backwards to make motherfuckers say, like you said, you gotta take some chances. You know what I mean? Because history going to show you that you're not gonna win like that, my boy. You know what I'm saying? Like that's Canelo, homie. You're not gonna get that dub. You know what I mean? You're not gonna get that dub at all. You feel me? You know Daisy. You know Daisy at all. What they say off, you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to motherfucking Val Kilmer, Doc Holliday off the Tombstone. So, he know for a fact he wasn't getting that shit. Greggy Greg, my brother just do what's going down. Greggy Greg, what's going down, bro? So he know he wasn't getting that shit. He got a bag, but he wasn't getting the fight. Not coming in and fight Canelo like that, bro. Even if people thought he landed more punches than Canelo, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, the fight was it was a doozy. That shit wasn't spectacular at all. You feel me? And like I said, I expected more out of Canelo Alvarez in that fight. But just looking at that fight, looking at Williams score, knowing what's ahead, Canelo and Terence Crawford, bro, he wasn't getting that goddamn fight. You know what I mean? Like you said, that one judge had it 11-1. 11-1. You know what I mean? So that just let you know right there that motherfucker, you already down on the card before you on that card, you was down 5 rounds before you even stepped in the ring, homie. So you need to do some shit to make up. And he wasn't doing shit to make up. So if we going around the ring playing ring around the rosy, if you land 2 punches and I land 1 punch, I'm gonna win the round.
Yep.
It's just the politics of the sport. You know what I'm saying? Just the
Yep.
politics. You know what I'm saying? All Canelo got to do is say, "Huh, motherfucker," and just that motherfucker gonna be on 5 punches. You feel me?
Yep.
All he got to do is look like, "Huh." Oh, that's 3 punches for Canelo. You feel me? So that's the nature of the sport, bro. What that motherfucker tell Michael Jordan? Michael Jordan said he fouled me. I didn't see it, Michael, but I believe you, Michael. I believe you. Foul on him. You feel me? Certain people that got that, bro. Yeah.
You said it, man. Cause the commentary, man, they were tripping, man. They said, "Oh, look at that body shot." Man, they go back and roll the replay, man. Canelo punching the man in the thigh, punching the man in the butt, and everything. Somebody was a clean body shot. I said, man, that man ain't laying no body shot. He hitting the man in the thigh, man. That's why Canelo, cause Canelo, you move around, he gonna try to hit you in the leg to slow you down. You know what I'm saying? But they talking about that's a clean body shot. I say, man, it is what it is, man. And I think Skull, he knew what it was. That man that came, got him a nice little check. He said, look, man, I appreciate the bread, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I didn't get knocked out. I think, like I say, he fought like an amateur style, just try to outpoint him. Like I said, he already knew what time it was. He already knew what time it was, man. He wasn't gonna get no decision. That's why he wasn't even tripping. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
He wasn't even tripping, man. What you think about the Garcia, not the Garcia, Devin Haney, Ramirez fight?
Like I say, bro, I felt like Devin did. You gotta understand, been out the ring for a year. I gave Devin and Ryan kind of a little pass. Been out the ring for a year, right? Like trying to get, you gonna have a little ring rust out there. Then when you're looking at Devin, Devin doing what he's supposed to do to make sure he get to the Ryan bag. You feel me? Hold on. Yeah, so I felt like this. Devin going in there after, like I tell people, even though he got the he got the loss took off his record, you can't undo that ass whooping. You feel me? You still took the pain and the punishment. So even with that going on, you gotta get yourself together physically and mentally. You know what I'm saying? So first of all, you gotta get back in the win column, right? So that's what he went out there and did. He got back in the win column with going out there and beat Ramirez because it's like Ramirez is somebody that come forward. He got a little punch to him, but Devin ain't no knockout orders. I tell people I don't look for Devin to knock people out, bro. I look for Devin to go out there, outbox niggas, outpoint them, and win on the course like that. That's what I expect from Devin. That's what I expect from Shakur Stevenson. So Devin did what he's supposed to do, in my opinion. Go out there, secure the bag, right? And get back in the win column, and then go out there and try to get your get back against Ryan. You feel me? And especially with the pressure Turkey putting on these niggas, because Turkey like, listen, I'm putting money behind you niggas. I want you niggas to go out there and give me the fight that I want you to do. And then we can make the fight happen after that. You know what I'm saying? Like he telling Ryan, throw more punches. It's like, nigga, you letting it be known you want Ryan to win this goddamn fight. Like, goddamn, nigga, you supposed to just be sitting back, chilling, letting the fight take place. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. But he and that motherfucker, throw more punches, Ryan. Like, Turkey, sit the fuck down, bro. You know what I mean? I tell people Turkey is the motherfucking he is the who's the motherfucker that funded Donald Trump, bro? I just said his name earlier.
You talking about the goddamn Elon Musk?
Elon Musk, yeah, Turkey is Elon Musk to Donald Trump. He's the Elon Musk to all these promoters, bro. Oh, I got the money, I got the bag. What, you know what I'm saying? It's like, nigga, chill out, bro. Most motherfuckers that fund the president, they behind the scene. Most motherfuckers that fund the boxing fight, they behind the scene. This nigga here, this nigga want to be all in the motherfucking thing. You feel me?
Then I make it look like a conflict of interest too. You know what I'm saying? Because you like, dang, man. You really throwing some salt in the game when you're doing that. Like I say with Dev, you know what I'm saying? I felt like I expected. First of all, did salute to me more and everything. He got the job done. I expected him to do a little bit more. I'm kind of like an old school guy. For the simple fact is, if you say you're gonna do something, if you say you're gonna fight a certain way, if you say that, I expect you to at least go out there and attempt it. And the way Bill was talking, the way Dev was talking, like, you're going to see a new and improved Dev. You're going to see this, you're going to see that. Then he was telling the man, I'm going to hurt you at the way in. I'm going to hurt you. I'm going to hurt you. So I said, well, shoot, Dev might finna go out there and goddamn, not necessarily knock him out, but just finna go out there and piece him up. That's what I was expecting. Because I seen Dev piece people up.
Yeah,
I seen him piece. I seen him piece up Cambosis. I seen him piece Cambosis up. I seen him piece my man Rougarou. I seen him piece Rougarou up. So that's what I was expecting. And then it's like that's what it is. Like when you say something and then you don't deliver, people are more critical of you because that's what you said. And you didn't try to do it. You did the total opposite. Just like Shakur. Shakur always talking about how you gonna step on something. And then when you get out there and don't do it, people is critical of it because, hey, look, man, you can't say you're going to do this, that, and the third, and then you don't go out there and at least try to do it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I felt like Devin did himself a disservice because the confidence, that fight was not just for him to get back in the win column, but also for his mental. I don't think he accomplished the goal, getting his mind back in it, getting his confidence back mentally, like, it probably would have did him well, to get hit. Just to let himself know, not saying get hit on purpose, but say,
I get what you're saying.
I'm okay. I'm okay. I didn't go down. Because now that question's still in his mind. You know what I'm saying? If he would have got hit with a good shot and it didn't go down, it would have gave him confidence. Oh, I'm good. My chin is good. I'm good. And he was willing to take more chances.
I don't know, Coach. I feel like him getting that win did put him back. Like, I think that'd be a confidence, getting back in the win column, getting your feet back up under you and shit, been out the ring for a year at that. Don't get me wrong. Like I say, the whole, like the Friday and the Saturday card, they want the best, right? They want the best. But like people saying, oh, they killed, like I told people, y'all going a little too far. Like, did they fuck up the weekend? Yes. You know what I'm saying? The weekend of fights could have been better. Knew he did his thing on Sunday. But they not killing boxers. It's going to be more fights coming down the line that's going to thrive just as well. And then they might thrive in their next fights. You know what I'm saying? Just because they didn't thrive in these fights, you know what I'm saying, in the circumstance they was in or whatever the situation is, don't mean their next fight won't be a better outcome and an output. So I'm not going to just, throw them niggas under the bus like that. But it could have been, the fights could have been better. Like I say, even the matchups was good matchups. You feel me? Like I say, Turkey put the matchups together. You can't make niggas fight. But still in all, like I say, been out for a year. I think he gave him a little confidence back, and I feel like just getting back in the win column, they can do something for you. Now I get what you're saying for us taking the punch, taking the hit, and going down. Like the jab queen said earlier, his chin is still gonna be his chin regardless. And I was saying, like my dude Greg Hackett always say, is your chin insured? We gonna find that out either way. You know what I'm saying? Either way, if you're going out with a big hitter, you gonna feel it. You know what I'm saying? Now Ramirez ain't the biggest puncher, but he could crack a little bit. He got some respectable pop. So it ain't like he fighting the biggest of the biggest. But you know, he like, and like I said earlier, coach, I still feel like he should fight Ryan. I still feel like that fight should take place. You know what I'm saying? Take a chance on it. You know what I mean? Promote that motherfucker. Let them get in there and fight each other and catch Ryan so he don't go out there and go on the motherfucker he don't go out there and goddamn me go on the drinking binge, you feel me? Catch that motherfucker before he don't go on the drinking binge and fuck his situation up, you know?
Yeah.
So
I think right now, Ryan's confidence is definitely prime time to get it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because his confidence shot. You know, one thing about Ryan, you know, Ryan, if you catch him, he gonna fall, man. And his hand buzz back. You catch Ryan, he gonna hit the canvas, man. And but like I said, at the end of the day, man, you know that performance, how Ryan got beat by Rolly, and then Devin did not showing the best out of this best version of himself. It could have been like they took a little steam off the fight, and people may not really be interested in it like they was. He only good at his last fight. You know, Ryan got cooked by Rolly. Nobody seen that coming, but Rolly really outboxed Ryan, man. You know, he outfought Ryan. He set Ryan up. Rolly had pretty decent defense. You know, he didn't get hit with the big shot. He was able to use the shoulder roll. You know what I'm saying? He had that left hand down. It was stabbing through the body. And he had Ryan, you know, nervous when he got Ryan, man. It was like, that's the look on Ryan's face. It was like a look of resignation, man. It was like, dang, man, I deserve this. All this trolling I've been doing for the whole year. I've been talking about people's wives, popping dirt for Austin Reed, going on places. It was like karma hit him all in one right, all in 1 second. Like, I deserve it.
All that shit hit him at once.
He looked on his face like I'm gonna lose. Like, he just knew.
On top of that punch, Rolly hit his ass with.
Hey, that double left hook clean. Ain't even on front. I ain't never seen no power. I seen double left hooks, but I ain't never seen power double left hooks. Like Roy Jones used to want a quick double left hook. Pop, pop, then he was something else. He do
Rolly got the retorted strength, man.
What? He hit it right, but you know what? You know what? Rolly is articulate, man. I watched his interview, right?
Yeah. I don't know what just happened to Coach, though. But yeah, Rolly got the retorted strength, man, for real. For real, bro. But I'm gonna see if Coach gonna bounce back. But I'm gonna get ready to get up off of this thing, man. I might be having an interview with Bomac, man. You know what I'm saying? And Bomac always talking shit to each other. But I'm gonna see if this nigga go give me the interview and come on here with Bomac, talk about Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, talk about how that's gonna play out. You know what I'm saying? Otop said he outboxes people, he doesn't KO them. Bill talk too much. Devin one trick pony. Hit and move. Yeah. I don't know what happened, Coach. You had dropped out though. Oh, no doubt, no doubt. I might have Bomac on tomorrow, bro. If I do got him on, I'll let you slide up on this bitch if you want to jump on this bitch. But I'm gonna see what he say though. But yeah, man, it's gonna be here we go, Coach. Right, I'm letting him finish his words. Yeah, Coach.
Man, I had a bad connection, man. The Wi-Fi was acting up at the crib, man.
Well, it's all good. I can hear it though. Well, I'm gonna let you get it off because I'm gonna get ready to get off in a minute though.
Okay,
let you finish your words.
Okay, yeah, man. Like I say, with a bit Rolly, man. Like I said, he was out boxing Ryan, man, and he, had a nice little defense, and he had that power double left hook. That's the first time I ever seen somebody throw a power double left hook. I seen a lot of stuff. I ain't never seen that, man. And he caught Ryan by surprise, man, and Ryan was shook after that. It's like, and people talk about, Devin not throwing a lot of punches, but Ryan didn't hardly throw no punches in that fight either, man. I think Derrick James throw more punches than Ryan. You know what I'm saying? Dad was over there in the corner trying to get this man to throw some punches. He wouldn't do it.
Hell
So
yeah.
yeah, man. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna let you go, brother. But I think Turkey, like I know he got a lot of money, endless money and stuff. But I think he made, I ain't trying to count nobody pocket. He can do it. It's his money. He can do whatever he want to do with it. But I just have a feeling that he gonna probably have a fighters meeting with these guys, man. But look here, man. I'm paying you guys a lot of bread now. Y'all got the goddamn put on. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because if y'all gonna do that, then I'm gonna have to drop these. I'm gonna have to drop these bags. Make these purses a little bit smaller than what I've been giving y'all. But y'all ain't producing. Especially
Yeah.
here, like say back to back. He gave Canelo $50 million to spend there and look at a dude. That can't sit well. You know what I'm saying?
See, one thing about Turkey, right? Coming from Saudi Arabia, they used to big ass events and shit like that, right? So when you go out there and you put on some shit like that in Times Square, right? You try to make a flex first of all. You try to make a flex. You know what I mean? What you did flex, but it's like you can't keep the fans away from the sport. Like I say, even fighting outside, like that shit does something to fighters, bro. Like you gotta fighters need that extra to pick them up. You feel me? Energy is a lot, bro. Energy is a lot. Like that shit is real. So when you go out there and you put on a fucking big ass fight in the middle of Times Square, we talking about you blocking out the streets. Like you in the middle of New York City, one of the biggest motherfucking cities, states in the fucking world that's crowded with people, and you want to block this shit off just for certain people. Like this ain't Saudi Arabia, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, we know y'all motherfuckers rich. Y'all can bring fights over here. Y'all can bring certain shit over here for y'all own entertainment purposes and shit. But in America, we don't do shit for just our own entertainment purposes. We do shit to make money. You know what I'm saying? To build and shit like that. So this is a machine over. This ain't just this ain't homeland where we own every goddamn thing, and we go bring the motherfucking the king and his family and all the sheiks and the princes to watch this. Like you kind of, it was a nice little flex shutting down New York, and New York for sure gonna take the 18 million. They not gonna turn down the money, and that's why he was rushing the fights like that. They gave his ass a certain time. You ain't see no performances from no motherfucking entertainers like he's usually doing all that shit. When the fight was over, they was rushing the next one and straight out. Like they was rushing that motherfucker. So it's like you just gotta certain shit you gotta just keep basic, bro. You know what I'm saying? That 18
Yep.
million, you could have took 7 million and put that shit to one of these stadiums and had the same card, had the fans in that bitch, growing them
Yep.
fighters on, and we probably would have got some different outcomes. You know what I'm saying? So
Facts.
they
Facts,
just
brother.
he try to flex his money, which, like I said, it's his money. He can do what he want, but don't make a flex and then that shit flop a little bit, and it's like you lose out on money. But because they got money to blow and shit. So I feel like
Facts.
sometimes you can try so hard that you can fuck up yourself.
Yep.
So we'll see.
Yep.
We'll see
Yep.
in the future though. We'll see if we catch on. But motherfuckers
Yeah.
like that who use the power, bro, who got power structure like that, you can't really tell them shit.
Yeah, because that dude, he could have got the Barclays. He would have got a better fight because that joint was filled up and they was fighting like that. They would have got booed. And them dude would have
Exactly,
started
bro.
fighting. Them dude would
Make
have
your
started
ass
fighting
hate
together,
your
man.
ass.
The whole goddamn crowd board, man.
Man, they feel like it's cold out in that motherfucker. Like motherfuckers 6 feet apart from each other and shit.
And people don't think when people start booing, man, people start fighting, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, these dudes booing, man. We gotta do something, man. Come on, let's throw some punches, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. Because now
For
they
sure.
get feeling that shit. So
Yeah,
you
for
live,
sure.
you learn. You live and you learn.
For sure. Hey, man, I appreciate you having me up, brother. Stay up, man.
No doubt, Coach. Have a good one, brother.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I've been cooking for 2 hours and 48 minutes. I'm about to go on slide up off of this thing, man. I appreciate everybody who came. Like I said, I know we won't go have no big crowd. We know how it is nowadays. You know what I'm saying? But we will come back and show motherfuckers what it really is. You dig? What it really is. Like my dude just do. You know what I mean? Keeping it true, keeping it real all the way around the board. A lot of motherfuckers don't like that shit. And we ain't stroking no egos. Ain't no egos getting stroked no way. So that's what it take for a motherfucker to come over and listen to you. You gotta stroke their egos. Ain't gonna happen. You know what I mean? I ain't worrying about none of that shit. But nonetheless, man, y'all have a good night, bro. I appreciate the ones who came through fucking with your boy holding down with me, man. Shouts out to the queens who came through. Shouts out to Just Do. Shouts out to my brother Griggy Hackett sliding through this bitch saying what's up. You know what I mean? Low Tolliver stuck around the whole situation, y'all. You know what I mean? And the one who else was in this bitch, you know. Everybody who showed love, man. I appreciate y'all, man. It's all love. I will try to be back tomorrow with that interview from Bo Mack. If it ain't tomorrow, then we go try to work something out to see when Bo Mack is free. You know what I'm saying? And you know, we go. All we can do is try. All we can do is try. But y'all have a good one, man. Y'all stay safe, stay peaceful, love your family, stay trill, love the people who love y'all, man, and just keep moving. Peace out to y'all, man. Much love, y'all.